coming into the competition after a long break and showing us that they will maintain that champion position. Rexy, he's not going to give up. It's do or die. He makes himself known. And Amaterasu with the finishing blow. Velocity Gaming, they are your champions of the TEC Challenger Series 4.
To the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 5, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD, with ACT as the fiber partner and AFK Gaming as the media partner. Sorry, scratch that, just AFK Gaming. My bad. But we're here, back. I'm CA, who you're going to be your host and caster for today, joined by Aggressive. And here, back for the round of 32. And starting off the action is going to be XTZ Esports versus TR Ominous. Now, Aggressive, we know all about XTZ Esports, but TR Ominous, a slightly newer team. But given that they made it so far already, I think they're a team that we need to look out for. But XTZ, there are runner-ups, and they're a team to be scared of.
Like, when you look at XTZ, when you look at his roster, they're just absolutely dangerous and monstrous no matter what they're going to be doing. And TR Esports, they're going to have a lot of issues if they try to adapt to what XTZ are going to be bringing down to the table. But we have seen a lot of the underdogs shine against the top dogs of this entire tournament. Last series, we saw Noble go down to the lower brackets because of one of those underdogs. They were able to redeem themselves, but still, big upsets can happen anytime. And TR Esports, they have that chance. I really want to see what they're going to be bringing down to the table. As for the side of XTZ, we already know what they bring. Just absolutely pure, unadulterated aggression when it comes to their Valorant playstyles.
Yeah, right. XTZ, they love that chaotic gameplay where Sai is able to call the shots of where he wants the team to go, and then the team in their perfect synergy able to execute that, knowing that they're making the right moves and able to get the right results. That's really what has become XTZ's trademark identity. Now, coming into this matchup, we're going to see Hika back in action. Rexy not with us today. So Blackhawk once again filling the shoes. And kudos to be given to Blackhawk, man, because this guy, he can play anything. We saw him previously playing that Breach really well. And today, I assume he's going to be playing the Sova. So the versatility of this player, it's something to be given props to.
Blackhawk is just one of those amazing players. He had a very rough start when it came to Series 3, but then moving over to Series 4 and Series 5, he has such a huge impact on the fact that him switching over to Noble now to XTZ, he has become one of those fundamentally amazing players. He can pick up the Breach, he can pick up the Sova. Now he could probably pick up the Viper and the Sky, which you want. I'm pretty much seeing it in your face. While Hika is teasing. Hika's just teasing CA at this point.
Yep.
It's happening. But still, they
agent.
do love what they do. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I really am looking forward to see what kind of new strategies that they're going to be bringing down to the table. But at the same time, TR Esports, I want to see what you can do a lot more in comparison to XTZ.
I mean, we know we're in Series 5 because now the players starting to tease the casters, knowing what our tendencies are. I props to them, man. You guys know it. I want that Viper. I want that Sky, especially coming into Ascent. She's an agent that can give you she like the daughter of Sova and Breach in the sense that her blinds and her wolf, they give you information while also providing that concuss and flash. And at this other end though, like what I really like on Ascent, that agent is Killjoy. Now, we're seeing the Killjoy come out for TR Ominous. We saw this a lot in First Strike, especially in European First Strike, where they love using that Killjoy on Ascent, because Killjoy, with the way she's able to use her turret to get a free peek, especially in the mid side, where you can put her turret on top of the walls, it can be really, really strong on attack, and then going on to defense, her ability to deny a site can be instrumental. So I'm curious to see how Ominous does end up using this, because I do feel like she's a really important agent. Also, given the fact that if you start farming her ult points really well, you can use her ult points to deny B site altogether from a very safe position. So Ominous going into the game, they're going to be on that attacking side. XTZ Esports on that defense. It's going to be up to Ominous to take the fight because you can see XTZ already pushing in aggressively. Sai with the first kill. Sai seems to have converted to that frenzy madness that Hika started, and it's really nice to see everyone just going on the same page. Sai pushing in further now, and we saw this from him last game. He's just really aggressive. He's feeling the tempo, he's feeling the game, and he's at his prime.
Sabi, he just gets completely caught off guard by Ethan, but it's gonna be Ika getting another kill on KY coming in from the sidelines, but Ethan, he's cleaning him out on the back end, but Blackhawk comes in from the sidelines to catch him off guard. It's gonna be Sai getting one on the top and Ika getting the last on the Hyper to clean it all down, and that was a beautiful round coming out from the side of XTZ and from the side of TR, because think of it like this. The fact that Ethan actually was on the lurk was kind of suspicious, I would say, because he, being a Phoenix, was supposed to be entry-fracking, but he sent the Reyna instead in those kind of situations. At the bare minimum, he was able to get those 2 kills, try and get some of the attention away from that B main side so that his team could push in. But when you have a team like XTZ, when they're so mechanically dominant in what they do and so confident, it's gonna be really difficult to do anything against them.
Especially when they like making these aggressive pushes. You see the Paranoia coming out inside with the dash, getting that first kill. The synergy by XTZ beautifully executed, and now they have a huge advantage. Sai pushing in further will pull out the frenzy, and oh boy, he's on a frenzy. 5v2 already, and that's gonna be a flawless round. Sai and Hika just mop up TR Ominous in that round.
Sai and Hika are like, boys, do you want to push? Hika and Sai like, yes, we want to push. They just go in, do it the rush, and they're like, alright, time to finish it all up, time to clean up all of the bodies sitting outside of A-Long, and they're gonna be able to find everything. And on the side of TR Esports, I think that there's one very big problem. You can already see it. They're all stacking on this A side and no one's trying to take mid control. And on the map of Haven, when you don't have any form of mid control, it's just gonna hurt you so much. But already a fast push is coming out from the side of XTZ, and they've already established their own mid control.
Yeah, XTZ, they love playing aggressively even when they're on the defense. This is what we are talking about, right? Aggressive. Their identity really has become setting the tempo of the game irrespective of the side they're on. Even on defense, they take the fight, and Harsh doing just that. He's back onto that sentinel role with the return of Hika, but the fragging will not go away from Harsh. We'll get the first blood in a Hyper. We'll find the kill onto him and make it 4v4. And now TR Ominous, having made a bunch of noise towards A. Once again, as you mentioned, a very sus Phoenix on the lurk. We don't really expect that duelist to be lurking, but this is the style Ominous like, and we'll have to see if it works out because he's about to face up against Sami right here. If Sami goes for the peak, he will get caught out. Instead, Sami just playing it safe, will smoke his exit and just get out of it.
Sami's just surviving for a little while longer, but Sami, he has their phone numbers. 3 heads are gonna be lining up. Sami goes in for the spray. He finds 3, but he is able to shut him down. But Hika's like, why did you kill my boy? My boy was about to get a 4K, and Hika, he gets a revenge kill onto Ethan to take him out, taking the rounds to a 3-0, ladies and gentlemen. Team XTZ, they're looking so strong and so potent.
Yeah, I thought Sami was just gonna like back up and get out of there, but he's like, nah. Let me show you how it's done. Lurks, gets into the shadows, and then in a sneaky fashion, just able to sneak up on behind of 3 members of TR Ominous and find their heads back to back, pick up that 3K and destroy TR Ominous in that round, and now destroy their economy as well, because that was the buy round for TR Ominous. They're going to be hurting severely. XTZ though, they're not gonna wait one bit. They're pushing it aggressively, and already everybody dead. The pace at which this game is being played aggressive, this is what we expect from a runners-up though, right?
This is what you should be expecting, and they've just gotten even better, it seems. As more time passes, they're just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. The plays are beautiful, the movements are absolutely pristine coming out from them. You can literally see that Hika, he throws in that nade, and already Sami's like, he's coming in from the short angle. He finds 2 immediately with that recon ball, not even giving TR Ominous a second to breathe. That is such a dominant playstyle, and we are loving to watch this coming out from the side of XTZ. And TR Ominous, they just have their backs against the wall. They're not able to win a lot of these gunfights.
I have to say, the tag of XTZ Esports, for me at least, definitely fits this roster of Hika, Sami, Sai, Blackhawk, Harsh, and Rexy much more than Noble did. They're those aggressive players, they're those chaotic players, they're the players who sometimes like to get into that BM zone and sort of have fun, and Beyond Extreme really suits them because they do get Beyond Extreme the way they approach a particular match. They're the team that shows you how exactly you can find order within chaos, and I really do like the fact that they picked up this XTZ Esports tag now. Now, 4-0 is the score. We're looking at the scorecard, right? Hika with 7 kills, Sami with 6, Sai with 5. Like, even though Blackhawk and Harsh only have 1, you can see it's because, like, they are setting up their team for success. Time and time again, you see the Harsh holding down one side to allow his team to be able to push in through the other. Blackhawk setting up the recon bolts to time with the aggressive pushes to allow these 3 fraggers for XTZ to be able to come out on top. And this sort of synergy is really what is important, because in Series 5 aggressive, there is no breaks, there is no return, there is no team taking like a time off to figure something out. Series 5, everyone is here, the best of the best, matching up against each other. We have the return of DM King on one side, we have XTZ picking up a new name, we have Velocity back as defending champions, and we have Global Esports back after a break. So in Series 5, you cannot at all give up 1 inch to the other team. You cannot afford any upsets because they will come back to bite you later.
Yes, and this is the hyper-aggressive nature that we love to see coming up from the inside of XTZ. But woke Ethan, he finds that one headshot on the side. He does take on one with a running back, but Sami, he uses his ultimate to get into the back end. He does find one. And here comes a massive flag from the side of Sami. They are not really checking the back corner. It's gonna be her trying to hold down the fort for as long as he can. The gate trigger has been going down. He knows exactly where they are. Goes for the first headshot, goes in for the spray. He finds the second as the Omen tries to TP in, but it's not gonna be enough as Sagiri, he tries to find what he can, but Urge, he goes in for the spray, does not connect just from the end, and Hyper, he finds one, Sagiri finds another one from the sidelines, he taps away trying to find what he can, but Hika, he's playing mind games with him, and Sami comes in for the back end to clean up Sagiri to send him back home, and another round on the board for the side of XTZ Esports.
XTZ Esports, the way they just push into that angle, the way Sami goes for the aggressive TP towards the flank, it all sort of just setting up Harsh for success. Like, Harsh, we're gonna funnel everybody onto you. It's your duty now to hold on to A side, and he does it beautifully, triggering the first Cypher Cage and matching it up with his Trapwire to get the kills, and then over-aggressive shouted step coming in from Kyle, and that he's able to get another. Harsh doing really well to hold on to this side, meaning XTZ win yet another buy round. And it's 5-0. Sai now another aggressive push. He's gonna find the first kill, but Kai, not too far behind, will find another. But Sai will let the headshots, the left clicks going in, and Sai pushing in aggressively. The Blade Storm has run out though. Now it's 4v3. Sai looking for more. Is blinded. We'll just run in, gun, and we'll find it anyways.
Zai's like, alright, who threw that paranoia in my face? I'm pretty sure that was my teammate. He's probably telling Sami, why did you throw that paranoia? And Sami tries to go in for the sabotage, but it doesn't work out in this favor. Sai still being able to get that kill in that scenario. Fun and games at the very end of it all. And XTZ Esports, they're just showing their mechanical dominance, showing their mechanical presence, and what they're bringing down to the table. This could just be one of those things that the opponent, like, moving forward in the following rounds, that teams need to watch out for. XTZ Esports, they're coming into this series with a vengeance. They were not able to take the trophy away by forcing VLT on a 2-2 scoreline in that series. And now they're coming into here with such aggression, such confidence. This is what we want to see coming out from the second place team.
Yeah, I know, right? XTZ, you can really see that fire back in them. And now Harsh holding down the side, finds the triple, all of them just funneling in onto him. And once again, XTZ with a huge man advantage. It really does feel like XTZ continuously dominating the playing field and playing the map exactly the way they want to, making the opponent come down to their terms, which is why they've got this 7-0 scoreline. Now remember, we are in the round of 64, so you expect the action to start getting a little closer between teams, but given the fact that XTZ are our runners-up, you really can't expect like like the other teams to be able to match the same level of pace, especially given the way XTZ play. Because if it's an idea of a playstyle of about thinking and trying to adapting, then yeah, we can ask the other team to make a certain play to try and adapt a certain way. But XTZ, they give you no room to breathe. They're just like, we're gonna get into your face and you will not get a second to breathe, let alone think.
Revealing area.
Playstyle that you should be bringing down to the table as well. When you have those info, when you have all of the players that are so good and so beautiful. Sai, Hika, he goes in for the spray, and Hika goes in for the fast peaks as well. Wallbang headshot on the KOI and a body shot to boot to send him back home to an 8-0 scoreline. And ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be a pretty fast game if TR Ominous are not able to crack the code that is XTZ Esports at this point.
I think if I was TR Ominous at this stage, I would realize that irrespective of where they go, irrespective of what they would like to do, there is going to be somebody pushing in aggressively to them. So the best option that I would see is going for the aggressive push onto A, try and overwhelm Harsh as much as possible, and then try to pick up a few rounds for yourself, because going into defense, maybe you can try to pull something back. They're trying to do just that. You see the lockdown coming out from Killjoy, the alarm bot, to deny any flank, and now with the help of the lockdown, they should be able to take A control. But Harsh is just waiting, and they're not expecting him to wait in the lockdown. Harsh with the triple and the off angle denies TR Ominous their strategy and their plans. That XTZ with the 2-man advantage.
They have that 2-man advantage, but already Sami, he's gonna be pushing on in. He finds one onto Ethan, and Sagiri being the last one remaining to see what he can find. But Sami, he goes in for one of those plays, and Sami, he gets punished off immediately. He gets taken out. That was well fun in games. But Sagiri, he finds another one leaving in a 1v2 scenario. He's looking to close it all down, but against Zika and Sai, this is gonna be one of those tall orders, and Sai up-ramps up and a beautiful headshot to boot to take out the last member from the side of TR Ominous in a very beautiful fashion. But Ika, that man is an indestructible wall when it comes to that A side.
Yeah, you can see Hika, he's sort of carrying the weight from not being there in the previous match that we saw with XTZ. He's like, guys, you played one without me. Y'all killed so many people without me. Now that I'm back, let me show you how it's done. Let me show you how you pilot this race and bring out the true explosiveness that you expect from this character. 11 kills to his name, to a Sai with 12 and Sami with 11. Not too far behind it. The way these top 3 fraggers are playing, the way they're supported by their teammates, oh boy, is it so good to watch. Now Blackhawk, he's trying to get in on the action himself. Will fight one, Sai with another, but Tom and Woke Ethan answer back to get the advantage for TR Ominous. If TR Ominous can pick up a round here, it would be humongous for them, and they have the side control to do so. Kai holding it down, but Hush will take down Hyper. The neural theft, knowing exactly where XTZ Esports is does not matter, because Hush knows exactly where the heads are. Now the neural theft coming out for Hush, he knows exactly where Woke Ethan is, and it's gonna be up to Woke Ethan to try and get this 1v2 against Hush and Sami.
This is gonna be one of those very difficult rounds. We got Sami, he's making his way slowly down into the cubby while Harsh is making so much noise. This is gonna force Ethan to look up to the top, but Sami, he doesn't check his corners and he does get caught out, and Woke Ethan, he goes in for the taps, but the shots do not connect. Harsh gets that wall-through headshot at the very beginning and the body shot to follow up to clean up Ethan, and that was a beautiful run coming out from the side of TR Ominous to shut down the aggressive plays that was coming out from the side of XTZ, but at the very end of it all, the clutch could not just happen, but nice try indeed.
I mean, for TR Ominous, I have to say, like, I feel like they came in with a game plan to try and mitigate the damage as much as possible in the first half, and then go into the second half with this double Sentinel, Killjoy, Cypher composition and get something done. But given the fact that they're facing against an aggressive team, that act to reach or Sova really hurts them. Sai going in now, just ends up getting spammed down by Woke Ethan. Now the rest of TR Ominous pushing in. The running back coming out from Woke Ethan will get taken down though. Sagiri finds Blackhawk, but Hika on the flank will find 2, and he's destroying the rest of Ominous on this flank. Pulls out the classic, will not be able to find his 4th as TR Ominous able to get away. Now they need to try and find the plate because it's still a 2v2.
One
trying to find what they can. But the one thing I do love about from the side of TR Omen is that they are trying. They are trying their hardest to stop these hyper-aggressive pushes. But at the same time, you can see that, yes, for a fact that the enemies are going in for those flanks. Maybe you're going to be sending 2 players instead of 1 to watch that flank group. It was Sagiri to get that 1 kill, but immediately got traded out by Eka. Maybe if he had 1 more member to help him out in that back end, he would have been able to survive. He would have gotten 1 more extra kill to even up the playing field. But at the same time, it is XTZ Esports, and we know what they can do. I'm just trying to be nitpicky here, trying to see what they can do to try and bring this back. But at an 11-0 scoreline, it seems a bit far-fetched.
I know, and I have to say, like, on the idea of helping TR Ominous sort of understand where they could improve, when you have that double sentinel, you really shouldn't be allowing the flanks to come in. But given the way XTZ approach it, there seems that there is no end. Harsh with a double, Blackhawk with the Hunter's Fury finding 1. There really is nowhere for TR Ominous to go. They're stuck in that A main angle and they just get mowed down. But Sagiri, he's finding the kills and the dismiss to get out. Can Sagiri find the 1v3?
Oh, wait. Oh my god!
I mean, the reason we're both like with our hands on our heads is because that was so close. Sagiri almost literally basically 1v5 that. The way he's using his dismisses, especially really well, pushing back further and further after finding the headshots, Sagiri able to almost get the round for TR Ominous, but almost is not good enough because XTZ, they push in collectively, they push in together, and that's 12-0 match point for XTZ Esports. Now with the size swap, we saw how aggressive XTZ was on defense. Now they get to do it on attack. Oh no.
It's one of those things that you do not want to go up against when it comes to this team, and already we're gonna be seeing Sami. He has that paranoia in hand. He has it all chimed up and ready to go in for it. The smokes are gonna be coming through right now, ladies and gentlemen. Sunny side going in for the fast foot. But Sagiri, he's going to quick on that side. He does get caught out. He doesn't know where to go. Tom gets one on the hurt with the defensive killjoy. Here's where the double sentinel comes in massive. They're able to hold down this B side, and a beautiful read coming out from them to hold it all down. Ethan, he's gonna be pushing on in. He gets that 1 kill, and Ethan gets 2. That flick was absolutely insane coming out from the side of Ethan to take out Sami and Blackhawk at the same time.
See, this is what we mean, right? Like the double sentinel lineup, they really will be better on defense, but for TR Ominous, this is such a tall ask. They're able to do it on the pistol round, so it gives them a bit of breathing room going into the next round, where they will be able to get the buys through. But XTZ, they have 11 rounds to try and pull this match point off. So the ask for TR Ominous, definitely ominous, but we'll have to see if they can actually get it done. Because if there was ever a composition to pull back an insane comeback on defense, it would be a double sentinel composition. XTZ though, they're not going to give them the time to do that. Sai with the aggressive push, takes out the shotty, bang bang, down goes the killjoy, and now Sai looking for more. Will get taken down by Kai. 4v4 though, and Hika with the Sheriff able to take one down, make it 4v3. XTZ with the spike planted, TR Ominous with the man disadvantage.
That was actually a really fast push coming up from the side of Sai. I didn't really expect that to happen. Hika going for the shots, but Ethan, he's unable to tag him down really low and get that pick off from Urge. He has that Spectre in hand, and Blackhawk coming in from that sideline to clean it all up. And ladies and gentlemen, that was game, and that was a quick game indeed. XTZ Esports, but Sai, that is one of the most beautiful entries that I've ever seen. He just flew in, and he's like an angel of death just dropping down from the heavens and be like, oh, hello there, Tom. I heard you killed my friend last round. That was a beautiful game indeed. And XTZ Esports, they're just showing their dominance. You can already see it on the screen. 412 ACS coming out from Hirsch. It's Hirsch, the Sentinel, at such a high ACS. Just goes to show what kind of a role he plays for the team.
I mean, we've said this before, right? You can take away the duelist from the player. What you can't take away, though, is the fragging power. And we've seen this from Harsh before. Even if you put him on the Cypher, he just frags out of his mind. 20 kills to his name. Beautiful round coming out, beautiful map coming out from XTZ. To pick this up in the round of 64, 30-1. Now, we'll take a second to really talk about the things that could have gone differently for Ominous and how we expect the bigger teams to counter XTZ going into the future with the relive the moment brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 Notebook, powered by Ryzen 4000 series processors, perfect for gaming and multitasking. Now, Aggressive, this playstyle of XTZ, this identity, like the idea of continuously taking control of the shot angles, especially on a map like Haven, where they like to push into that A shot using the paranoia coming out with the dash, or try to push into B shot with a similar combo. This is something that we've known XTZ to exhibit, and something that we've really sort of come to appreciate them for. So my question to you is, where do you think Ominous could have changed their things, and where do you think the bigger teams like the VLTs, the GEs, and other like teams like Slay Them With Respect can punish XTZ for this aggressive playstyle?
Thing that I will say personally is that, first of all, you need to consider one thing. XTZ as a team, they love to establish map control. This is what higher level teams fight for. And this kind of a playstyle is very, very, very dangerous, because when your players are this confident, this mechanically dominant, you can go for these plays. But when it comes to the higher level teams, let's not talk about Ominous just yet, because there was a mechanical skill discrepancy as well in this case, but they can also learn from this. And when it comes to the higher level teams, the way they can punish this is actually sending one player to hold off this hyper-aggressive push, because you already know for a fact that there's 3 guys or 2 players that are just sitting here. They're just chilling down on this one angle, holding it down, making sure you don't push in. This basically means that there's only one guy sitting on A. Then your players can immediately go in for the rotation while one of the players are keeping the guys in B main busy, let's say. And this will allow you to go for a very fast rush heavy execute onto another side, forcing out rotations. And in this panic moment, higher level teams can just easily pounce on the fact that, oh wait, now they're panicked. What are we gonna let's say that XTZ are gonna get panicked. They're gonna be like, what are we gonna do? We need to just go. We need to go in for a rotate. And immediately a lurk, let's say, coming out from market is easily gonna be able to cut off those rotations, because the players in those kind of scenarios are gonna try and go for a rush. They're gonna try and see if they can help their teammates. And this is where I think XTZ will fall if they don't refine this strategy.
I mean, we can't take away anything from XTZ as well, right? They are a runners-up, so I'm sure they have some tricks in their bag when they go up against those biggest opponents. But for Tier Ominous specifically, I have to give them props. They made it all the way to the round of 64, and that in itself is something that you can be proud of, and something that you can take back to your drawing board with the idea that, hey, we got this far, next time we're going to try to get even better. The one thing I would say for this particular map and this particular composition is, like you said, right, if you're going for that 4-1 split to try and keep one person on the other side of the map to delay it, you can use the Cypher to set up the trap fires and just sort of delay the push as much as possible to allow the pressure to push in from the other side. And that's what we really want to see from TR Ominous. I hope they take this as a learning experience, because it really was great having them here. But for now, it's going to be XTZ Esports, your team, moving out into the round of 32. And I'm really excited to see what more we're going to see from them, the different strategies that they're going to bring to the table. That was map 1 of all the action that we're going to bring you today. And trust me, there is a ton of action. Coming up next is one of the teams that a lot of people have been eagerly waiting for from all the way yesterday. So make sure you stick around for that. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get constant updates of the action going on. In the earlier rounds, we see a bit of skill discrepancy, but now that we're in the round of 64, moving on, it's only going to get closer and closer with all of these top teams here. The action is going to ramp up and get oh so spicy. So make sure you're there for that. Make sure you follow us on our social media for the regular updates, and we'll see you in map 2 with the LG Ultragear TEC Challengers Series 5, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD.
And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do. Baby, while we're young.
coming into the competition after a long break and showing us that they will maintain that champion position. Rexy, he's not going to give up. It's do or die. He makes himself known. And Amaterasu with the finishing blow. Velocity Gaming, they are your champions of the TEC Challenger Series 4.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 5, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD with AFK Gaming as our media partner. We are back. I'm Say, Aggressive is joining me on the mic, and we're back today for the second map in the round of 64 between GodLike Esports and Purpose Esports. Yes, you heard it right. I know there's a lot of you waiting for that GodLike match after yesterday, so we're here bringing it to you. And Aggressive, we know how dominant Godlike were earlier with the acquisition of Deathmaker now joining them. So we can only imagine how dominant they will be today, especially given that DM is back on one of his favorite maps in Haven.
EM on Haven. This is something I thought that we were gonna be seeing post forward in like the round of 8 or round of 4 or something in the semifinals of something, but already seeing it on a round of 6, a round of 32. Sorry, this is gonna be absolutely incredible to watch, and this is such a treat indeed. I want to be seeing what we see him go for. It's gonna be the Phoenix. We've been talking about this before this started up, but his Phoenix is absolutely deadly. And when you add it up with the Knight Rider, I don't even need to say anything. And why Torsi's teasing again? This is just a day where all of the players are just gonna tease CA with the Viper. You just guys better be ready for this.
Yep, it's just gonna be the tease. But you know what? I have my eye on. It's Kazuya. Kazuya flexing the sky. I really hope that comes through because I think Haven is one of the better maps for it. But I guess it's not gonna happen. Instead, just gonna likely end up being a duelist or perhaps breach. But coming back to the topic of Deathmaker on Phoenix, right? We've never actually got to see him on Phoenix on stream, so I'm excited to see how he gets to play this. Because one of the biggest topics of discussion with the joining of Deathmaker into Godlike was what role is he going to play? I mean, we know he's going to play the duelist role, but in the sense that is he going to play that Jet role that we know and love him from earlier? Because Knight Rider is that Jet player for Godlike, always has been, and we can see that that's not the case for the side of Godlike. DM very much the entry fragger for Godlike. We've seen him play the Reyna earlier in this tournament, now picking up the Phoenix. It's really nice to see him expanding his agent pool and showcasing his talent through many different avenues, because even though they're all duelists, they're very different types of duelists. Like Jet, it's all about yourself, your positioning, your maneuverability, but agents like Reyna, it's about getting that kills through. Now Phoenix, a completely different ballgame. It's about setting up your team with those flashes. You have so much utility with the hot hands and the blaze wall. So I'm curious to see how this Deathmaker Phoenix pans out.
Deathmaker Phoenix led. You don't have to really worry about when it comes to the DM King himself. But him on the Phoenix is not something that, as you said before, we have not seen him play this as often. We have seen him on the Reyna, we have seen him on the Jet, and those are explosive performances. But here, it's going to be a little bit more different because you need to be really careful of what exactly they're going to be bringing down to the table. And Purpose Esports, they're also one of those teams that you cannot take lightly. They're a really strong team when it comes to those coordinated pushes, the coordinated plays, and already we're seeing a very slow push come out from them and a very disciplined play actually from the side of Godlike. Normally we see them rushing it down, trying to take control of everything that they can, but this time around, they know for a fact that this team is not a joke. They cannot play it aggressively. They need to play it smart and they need to play it slow.
Now, both teams, they have the exact same composition, so it's going to come down to which team is able to pick up the tempo, take the advantage, and then try to push it home. It's going to be Purpose Esports on the attack and Godlike Esports on the defense. Now, Haven generally preferred as an attacker's favored map because of the fact that there's 3 sites. It's a huge map. You can get the rotations done and dusted. But now Purpose, they're pushing into C site for that execute. It's going to be Knight Rider on the flank, but Kazuya, he'll get one Shivy, and Deathmaker instantly answer back. And now Shivy and Deathmaker holding it down will slaughter Purpose and pick up the first round for Godlike Esports.
That was such a fast round that my brain couldn't even process what just happened in the matter of like 5 seconds. Deathmaker just jumps down from the side of garage. He goes in, he gets that one tap, and then Shivy's like, all right, you showed up, time to take my peek as well. He used the contact that Deathmaker made, then the blips that showed up on the minimap to instantly take his own peek, and then cleaning up 2 kills immediately with that frenzy, which is just perfect in these pistol rounds. A lot of teams are now picking up the frenzy because it has such amazing multi-kill potential, because in this current meta, a lot of teams love to rush it down and hold down very close fights in these pistol rounds, and this is where the frenzy will shine. And already it's gonna be Deathmaker taking that goes down on his side. He finds one, he finds a second, he's just tapping out heads left, right, and center. It's gonna be GWB trying to get one on the Jimmy, but Deathmaker, he's going into Deathmaker mode itself. He finds 3 on the back end side of things. Dev gets 1, but immediately gets traded out, leaving only Kazuya on the back end. He doesn't know the Cypher is gonna be on the lurk. on the sidelines, and White Horse, he's gonna be able to clean out Kazuya to take it to a 2-0 scoreline.
I think for me, like seeing DM go for the save, you expect the operator, as you see, come out for Knight Rider in this third round. And given the fact that this is Purpose's buy round, I do want to see how Purpose approaches, because so far they've gone for those fast executes. Now, coming back to the topic of Frenzy, right? Yeah, I definitely, absolutely agree. I think the Frenzy has been one of the underrated guns going into the pistol rounds, especially considering that in the pistol round, when you only have those 800 credits, that 100 credit difference between 500 and 400 can usually mean that you get that extra ability to yourself. For Phoenix, it can mean an extra flash or an extra blaze wall, and that can be absolutely clutch for the round. But now Knight Rider, with the op that we know him to be extremely proficient on, gonna pick up first blood for Godlike, and now Scar setting up the paranoia for the spam through the smoke. Will not find one, but White House able to hold on. C finds one instead. GWB will find the return, and that's Purpose taking control of C side, looking for the spike plant, but the spike is stuck in garage. Aggressive.
This was such a beautiful play coming out from the side of Purpose. That tree coming out from GWB to go up to that back end was absolutely beautiful. There's only one remaining. Being Shimmy does spawn on one, but gets paranoid now. The spam is coming through, and the spray does not connect. And Shimmy gets taken down, and a beautiful buy round coming out from the side of Purpose Esports. That Omen TP just set up everything. Deathmaker was none the wiser himself.
Yeah, they were not expecting Purpose to hold on after taking side control. Purpose maintaining their position in garage, catching Godlike completely off guard, able to pick up those kills on the back end and secure the buy round for their team. Hashtag debated was Godlike Esports, and we'll have to see if they can come back stronger off of that, because now this is their true buy round, given the fact that they carried over their guns from the last round into the third. Now, the Recon Bolt will spot out all of Purpose Esports, but you can see already the Cypher, he's lurking towards A, and that's where Knight Rider is holding on with his operator, I believe. No, the operator not coming out this round. So for Godlike, it's all about trying to make this round work with the lighter weaponry, because Purpose, they have that advantage in terms of people. But DM, he's going for the push. He's going to flash out multiple people, but the spray coming out from Beast and Kazuya, able to take him down, and another, meaning Purpose Esports now with a two-man advantage, having made a bunch of noise at C. They're going to go for the rotate onto A. Their Cypher already is taking control of the site.
Cypher already knows all of the last known information from the side of Godlike Esports. They're going to be trying to go in for this retake, but with no Sova, they're going to have such a hard trying to break down into this side. But already we're going to be seeing Knight Rider going in for a flank from the back end. The tripwire has not been triggered just yet. Knight Rider going in for the plates. He's going to be jumping on over it and slowly waiting to see if his teammates can find any form of contact. But beautiful post-plan positions being held by the entirety of the other side, and hurt. Sorry, a White Horse, he goes in for that flick, he does connect a headshot onto the back end. It's gonna be Scargot tapping away to see what he can find, but already the Recon Bolt does spot him out, and there is nothing much that he can do. Scargot, he gets spotted up, and GWB comes from the right side of the green box to clean him up. And ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna be a 2-2 scoreline, and Purpose, they're fighting back with a vengeance.
Yeah, Purpose playing the rounds really well. They're playing it slow and coordinated, exactly what you expect from a team on the attack in Haven, right? As I said earlier, Haven, it's all about finding those rotations, having made the noise, and Purpose doing just that, leaving this Cypher on the lurk. The way you see Maddox able to take control of A side, and then with Beast and Kazuya getting those kills at C, meaning Purpose, they get that round for themselves. And now going into the next round, it's going to be GE forced onto the eco. You see a couple sheriffs coming out. We'll have to see if they can make it work. Now Knight Rider, he has his Blade Storm ready, and you expect that to come into play in this round. But for Purpose, it's all about making sure that they pick up round after round here. But because as we said earlier, right, with the same compositions for both the teams, if either team is able to take a significant advantage moving forward, then all they really need to do is maintain an even status in the win. God, the what? Peak coming out there, threading the needle, able to pick up a one-tap with his Sheriff onto Purpose. Scargot destroying Purpose's momentum in this round.
Scargot's like, I'm the one-tap king, and I'm gonna be going in for them one-taps. That Sheriff, that Crosshair plays was absolutely pristine. It's gonna be another fast kill coming out from the side of White Horse. He's holding down the fort. He has all the information in the world. He's trying to go in for the plays. He's holding down for as long as he can. And it's gonna be enough. The cavalry's already here to back him up. And such a beautiful play coming out from the side of Whitehorse to hold it all down for his team to come in and get those guns for themselves as well. And a beautiful eco round coming out from the side of GodLike Esports. They're holding it down really well.
Yeah, the way GodLike Esports making sure that they're able to prevent Purpose from taking control of real estate, even though they've got the lighter weaponry. You saw classics and sheriffs for GodLike, but their aim coming out on top and reigning supreme, meaning GodLike pick up the thrifty, severely damage Purpose's economy, and going into the next round they get that off for themselves. Now Shivi with the Hunter's Fury will not find any damage, will create a lot of chaos and pressure though, and using that chaos and pressure you can see Deathmaker is pushing in, he's found one already, will find the second. The running back did get popped by Purpose though, and they're making their way towards C. They've got the info that there's no one at C, and that should let them take side control, but Purpose, they love the mind games. Look at their positioning, they're expecting a flank and waiting for Deathmaker to fall into the trap.
See Deathmaker gonna be going into it, but it's gonna be Shivi instead, and Dev, he's able to pick out one on the Deathmaker, and Knight Rider coming in from the sidelines. He does have an op, so it's gonna be pretty hard for him to go in for the retake. He does swap out to the Phantom though, but in a 1 versus 3 scenario, this is gonna be really difficult, especially when the Sova does have the Hunter's Fury available still. The Shock Darts are gonna be raining in. And Knight Rider, he does hear exactly where the positions are for as of right now. A really good off angle being helped by the Jet from the side of Purpose, but too many footsteps are gonna be heard from the side of Beast, but Beast, he's way too quick, goes in for the crab walk spray, and he gets one. And Kazuya going in for a bit of casual toxicity on the side of Knight Rider to just cement the presence that he has. Taking 3 rounds on the board for their side is gonna be Purpose Esports, and this is just gonna be a really back and forth game. But you know how much I hate back and forth games, because here is where the economy is gonna be very disruptive.
Yeah, but Purpose Esports, they're going to be quite happy with the status of the game right now, given the fact that they just lost a Thrifty. They're able to pick up the next round and now push GodLike into another bad position in terms of economy. You see the off coming out for GodLike, but the other players forced to go down to a Stinger and a Spectre to allow that op to come through. So Knight Rider, he needs to make it work, and he's going for the aggressive push to try and get it done. Will miss his shot though and has to dash back out of the way. Now Purpose, their biggest advantage has been their game sense, so they need to try and find a way to make sure that game sense reigns supreme, because otherwise the aim of players like GodLike will always end up coming out on top. Now GWB, he was tagged out really low, is just 7 HP, and Purpose making sure that they don't overcommit, knowing that their health is definitely not on their side. GodLike just throwing out utility, trying to find something, and find something they will. Scarguard and Knight Rider pick one each. That's a 2-man advantage for GodLike Esports.
Well, I thought that Knight Rider got a kill through the smoke in that situation. I was like, wait, wasn't he there? And then I looked at him, oh wait, he wasn't Beast. And then he gets another one on the Beast. I don't know who the Beast is anymore. Is it Beast himself, or it's gonna be Knight Rider in this situation when he has that operator in hand? And then he wants to push in through this garage side, but it's already Deathmaker waiting it out with Scargo going on the lurk from the back of C. He's slowly trying to push in, but Dev, he's not gonna be able to find one. Deathmaker, he's way too quick, but Dev, he's way quicker himself. He finds an headshot onto Deathmaker. He finds a second one on the Shimmy. Evening out the playing field just a little bit more going into this 1v5. Knows for the fact that there's someone in the back. The paranoia does come through and it does connect, and the grinder is gonna be opened up, but no shots are gonna be raining just yet. And then he nearly could have gotten that ace and clutched out this round, but Knight Rider was way too quick with that spray. It cleans him up. 4 rounds on the board for the side of GodLike, and that round was way too close for comfort.
Yeah, that round extremely close between both of these teams, but GWB being really low ends up really hurting Purpose, because even though Dave, with his heroics, almost able to claw it back, the fact that GodLike at the end have that man advantage, it means that they're able to push onto him together and they're able to pick up the kill. That double peek, especially with Knight Rider in the window and the other member of GodLike pushing through, when the GodLike making sure that they don't take any unnecessary peeks solo and not give Dave the chance to find that clutch. GodLike, they will take the lead, and it's as you said, as we say, aggressive back and forth rounds means economy severely hurt, but Purpose, even though they're on their equal, because Kazuya picking up a gun now, having found a kill with his Blaze Storm. Will find another onto Kartos and his third onto Skargard. We know exactly how instrumental this Blaze Storm can be. Its ability to turn on an eco round is the reason. Wow.
You should have seen your faces.
Bro, you do not do that to anyone. That right click was a collateral.
Yep.
This man is absolutely insane. Kazuya being the entry fragger that he needed to be on this jet. He's just dashing in. He's doing what he needs to do. And now taking us to a 4-4. This man is absolutely insane.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen this from top tier players, right? This is why the Jet ultimate, the Blade Storm, known to be one of the best ultimates in a game, because it has the ability to single-handedly, with the right player, turn around completely all the way around. And even though Purpose go on the eco with just a couple pistols, Kazuya with that Blade Storm picking up that ace, now making the match even 4-4 back and forth between both of these teams. Now it's the turn of GodLike to go for the eco, and the eco doesn't look as good for them because they're already a man down.
Eco rounds are where GodLike seems to be shining, and same goes for the side of Purpose Esports, because here is where they're gonna be hitting the most shots, and Deathmaker goes in for the first one, gets that one tap onto Death to take him out. Recon both trying one more, but Maddox, he's way too quick. He does find two, one on the Chivy, one on the Scargot, and Deathmaker. He's holding his ground for as long as he can, but with the neural theft, they already have all of the information in the world, and the Seaside execute has been hit, and the spike is just about to go down, but with only one member going down. He's trying to go and go for this gun. He's trying to go in for the blaze, but the headshot does connect from the side of Deathmaker to clean it up. Going into the molly to try and heal up for a little while longer, but he needs to try and save a gun, try and go for what he can, but he doesn't know exactly where the last remaining members from the side of Purpose Esports are. He's playing it smart. He wants to do as much damage as possible to the economy of the side of Purpose, because these are all back and forth rounds, and the more back and forth rounds that there are, the more in the favor of the person that can do some damage. Deathmaker not being able to hit that headshot, it's gonna be hurting a lot. The paranoia does come out, and all the remaining members from the side. Oh no, Deathmaker, he could have done it. He could have gotten another one tap, and this would have been this could have been entirely different. I can't even speak.
Deathmaker finding the one taps to try and pull out some sort of heroics. Does not end up working out though, because Purpose, their like key edge is their game sense. The way they're able to hold on to a particular angle, long in that last round, Maddox able to be the perfect lurker, find the double kill onto Skargard and Whitehouse, and then give so much information to his team using the neural theft. Having known exactly where GodLike is, they go for that rotate onto C. They're able to get the plant, and even if they did end up dying to Deathmaker towards the end, the spike would have blown and they would have secured the round. So Purpose, they're playing it smart, and they're exactly what they need to do against the top tier team like GodLike Esports. Now GodLike, it was their eco round last round, so we're gonna have to see how they make it work here. Now the running back gets some info but not some kills, but using that info, Whitehouse able to pick up one. Dave though, he's using the pressure, having gone down in A to push into garage, and now Purpose looking for that garage into C-side execute, but Skargard, he's waiting in the shadows.
Skargard, he's waiting out in the shadows, and he's hitting all them shots. The gunshots are going to be raining in from left, right, and center, ladies and gentlemen. But Skargard, he's going to be the first one to get that headshot onto PWB to clean him up, and Deathmaker, he finds one onto Kazuya, and this just leaves Dev on the back end, but his own clone is way too quick when it comes to those headshots. He cleans enough through the garage, and again, back and forth rounds, CA, back and forth rounds.
Both of these teams are extremely well matched, and this is what we were expecting now that we're in the round of 64. Really, teams starting to step up the pace, the tempo, and take the fight to each other. GodLike Esports and Purpose Esports doing just that and giving us a thrilling and entertaining match to watch. I am hella excited. With 5-5, it really just means that if this keeps going on, we might just get overtime, and overtimes are really where like both teams get to show their mental fortitude, show their mental stamina, prove that they truly are those esports athletes. For now though, it's still 5-5. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is still the first half, so either team could take the map and run away with it. Purpose Esports, they're trying to do that with the A-long push, but Deathmaker, he's on the flank and he might just catch them out. Purpose, they're going for this A long push. That maker slowly getting in here. He will find Maddox, and that will be information about the flank. Now Purpose Esports stuck in a hard position with nowhere to go.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Kazuya probably just fell out of his chair after that shot coming out from the side of Knight Rider. And Dev and the Omen are the last remaining members. They're trying to find what they can, but GWB does get that headshot with that Vandal, but Whitehorse, he hits his own headshot with the Phantom tags and down to 60 HP straight through the wall. The spike has been carried out, but Chibi, he's way too quick, goes in for the peek. He cleans out GWB, leaving only Dev in this situation. Dev, though, he tries in this situation, but with the paranoia is going to be coming out from the side of Scargod. A beautiful execution from the side of Godlike. They're going to be able to find one more round out of the board, making it a 6 and 5.
They're going for the heroics, were not able to find it, and that maker's flank coming in. The fact that window is not covered up and Maddox not able to deny the flank from that maker, meaning that Purpose, they have nowhere to go. Even though Kazuya goes for the aggressive push onto Knight Rider, knowing that he doesn't have the time to rescope on his op, Whitehorse there to back him up to find the kill and make sure Knight Rider doesn't go down. Godlike now, they're the team that will take the lead. And going into the last round, they're that team with the eco advantage. I'm expecting a couple Spectres to come out for Purpose. So Godlike with the heavier weaponry, we'll see if they can cement this lead, make it 7-5, and then look to push in from there. Deathmaker versus Maddox on the flank. It'll be once again Deathmaker winning that kill, securing the lead for Godlike. And now Purpose going for the aggressive push, but Scargod able to deny it. Will find one, but instantly gets traded back. Now it's Purpose with side control, but they have the man disadvantage. And with the Hunter's Fury, multiple tags coming out, that's Godlike for the round.
That was just... I would say that was just way too quick for comfort. I thought this was gonna be another back and forth round. I was ready for Purpose to get one more round off the board, but it seems like Godlike, they already know what to do against them. Going for those hyper aggressive to show your mechanical dominance, and Scargod, he gets one from the sidelines, and it seems as though the main issue of that round was the fact that all of the members tried to funnel down into this one side, and they didn't take any form of map control, no garage control, no nothing, and that is what caused such a fall to happen in this round.
Yeah, I really do agree. I feel like Purpose, their biggest advantage in the earlier rounds when they're able to pull off round after round against Godlike was the fact that there was always someone on lurk taking control of that real estate, finding areas of the map where they had the pockets of control, and then able to use the pressure they created on the opposite side of the map to funnel into those areas. Not able to find that in the last few rounds, meaning Godlike, they will cement that 7-5 lead. And now Godlike on the attack, they're looking to push in. You see instantly aggressive, what we're talking about, right? Your Whitehorse on the lurk towards Garage, controlling that mid area with his camera. Scargod towards the window, having done that. Now they're going for that A-side push.
The Deathmaker, he does get that first shot off onto the soul. He's gonna be able to take it out, but Dev...
Dave, he takes one down. Whitehorse able to find the return, though makes it 3v3 on the map. And now they don't have side control just yet, and Scargod will get taken down by Kazuya. That's a spike carrier down. Whitehouse finds the return, but Kazuya with another, meaning his Purpose with the lead. Kazuya, he's really low though. If that maker can find this one kill, it'll just be 1 versus 1. Now the spike carrier is dropped down in the hell area in A side below the raft, below the heaven position. So that maker, he needs to approach it slowly. Has a hot hands and a flash to try and make his way onto side, but is not going to use any to not give away the audio cues of his position. The Omen will spot him out though, and it's going to be up to DM on the 1v2. Will dodge the paranoia. DM looking for some sort of duel, but Purpose refusing to give him the time, refusing to give him the push, and DM just ends up going into the hands of GWB, and that's Purpose with the pistol.
That was a bit of a misplay, I would say, coming out from the side of DM, because he did have the flash, he did have the molly. Not a lot of the utility was used in that round that he could have used to actually win out that round, but still, that was a really hectic 1 versus 2 scenario, because the smokes coming out from the side of GWB made sure that there is no way in hell that Kazuya was dying, even if GWB died in that situation to the hands of Deathmaker. And that was such beautiful team play as well coming out from the defense. This round was in the favor of the side of Godlike, but they were able to turn around with very smart, coordinated plays coming out from them. This is where it's going to be really difficult because 7-6 is the scoreline. It's going to be probably 7-7 after this round if the defense is able to win. But still, the attackers have a plan of their own. They're going to be trying to go in through this mid. They want that plan really badly, but Dev, he has the first kill on the Shibby, and a fast B-side execute is already occurring.
Dave and Kazuya already able to pick up kills for purpose, but Whitehouse there to answer it back. We'll get something back now. DM going for the one taps, not able to find a Stargod. He has to get out of that molly, uses the shadow step to get himself to a safe position. It's just DM and Stargod left in this 2v4 position. For them, it's about doing damage, and damage he does. DM finds that one tap onto Beast, and now it's 2v3. Now remember, this was the eco round for GodLike, so as long as they're able to take the guns off of purpose, it will be a decent round. Now they're going for the rotate, trying to get the spike plant, because that's just an extra 300 credits. But if there ever was a couple of players who could pull off a thrifty, it would definitely be DM and Stargard. So keep your eyes peeled. Dave though, predicting the A side for Dave, will find the kill onto Deathmaker, and Kazuya there to finish it off will find an even Steven scoreline for Purpose Esports.
Was really close from the side of Deathmaker. We could literally see that Dev crouched at the very last second, so the headshot didn't even hit him. He could have just evened up the playing fields for the entirety of GodLike to take away that round. But a beautiful round indeed coming out from the side of the defense. But a good eco as well coming out from the side of GodLike, as they were able to take 2 members off, get a bit of extra credits in their back, come back way stronger in this gun round. Here is where it's all gonna be mattering, because Kazuya, he does have that operator, and if they're not careful, they're probably gonna be in the back end of it all. Kazuya does get spotted out, knows for a fact that there is one person holding down on this back end. It's gonna be a peek coming out from Deathmaker, and Kazuya with the flick, he's gonna be able to find one immediately, and looking for a second, but does not hit the shot, and Shimmy does punish.
Shivy able to punish him, meaning now GodLike able to take side control. It'll be Shivy taking the plant as Scargod finds one onto Dave. Whitehouse on the lurk will take down GWB, and that's GodLike with map control towards that mid side and side control towards the A, funneling Purpose Esports onto this A link area to try and go for the retake. The recon bolt will spot them out though, and that means GodLike know exactly where they are. I would say maybe for Purpose it's a good idea to try and go for the save here, given the fact that they need to make sure that they're able to pull back their rounds after this. 2v4 when GodLike knowing the information of where Purpose are, that feels like an impossible retake. But Purpose, they seem to be going for it. The Cypher staying back, but Beast pushing in. Beast will get taken down, and I feel like a bit of miscommunication there, aggressive. The Cypher not pushing in with Beast trying to go solo.
In that situation, there is one thing that I can say, is that Beast only had a $100 to his name in that situation, 100 credits, sorry. So I don't think he just wanted the 1,000 credits. He wanted that full loss bonus for his side to work with. That's just my guess anyways, because there's no other time that should happen other than, of course, miscommunication. But still a well-played run coming out from the attackers. They were able to find one on the lurk, one in the side, and a really fast execute as well, and a fast punish onto the operator shot coming out from Kazuya as well.
Yeah, you have to imagine that for some reason they wanted the full order, but now, oh my god, Kazuya pulling out the Blazestorm. We've seen how good he can be with it. Massacres GodLike down at C long, and that's GodLike just instantly down 2 men. Kazuya, he was the only one in his team playing without that gun because he elected to play off of that Blazestorm. The confidence radiating in this man to be able to do that, absolutely brilliant from Kazuya. He'll find another, but Shivy able to find the return. Now Shivy will get blinded though, has to step back. They're able to finish him off, and that's 8-8 for Purpose Esports.
Oh, it's a beautiful round coming out from the side of the defense. And again, this is like one of those back and forth rounds happening constantly. They always win the ecos, CA. Every single time they're winning the ecos.
Yeah, I think the idea of the way Kazuya approaches the game, right? Even though you see the rest of them, they had to full buys. The rest of his team, Kazuya is like, I will buy you because I will go for the eco with my Blade Storm. And that's something that is very important to gameplay. Something we don't get to see a lot in our scene. Playing off of the Blade Storm is very important skill to have. And the fact that Purpose have it shows exactly why they're at that 8-8 scoreline. The belief in Kazuya to be able to pull off the kills, get the reset on the knives and get more is exactly why Purpose able to maintain a stable economy and maintain this even scoreline with GodLike Esports. Now GodLike, they still have a decent economy having lost that round, but if they lose this, their economy is going to severely hurt. So they need to make sure they try and pull something back, and they're trying to do that, trying to take map control in multiple regards. You see Whitehorse on the lurk towards A, using his camera for Suez control. You see Scarguard lurking towards C. The rest of their team slowly making their way to Garage, and with the help of the running back from DM, they're going to push in through Garage, going towards C.
Already the running back has been coughed and a fast push is coming out. He knows exactly where Kazuya is. They're gonna be trying to look to get that operator, but Knight Rider, he gets that kill instead. B uses the ultimate to see what he can find, and he's gonna be able to get that kill on the Shibby as well with the first tag. But Deathmaker, he's answers back on the GWB, and the flash does come through. Whitehorse, he tries to go in for the peak, but it's gonna be Deathmaker instead to get that first kill off. Maddox, though, he does have the Spectre in hand, catches Whitehorse with his pants down in that situation as he's trying to jump into the window, but there's only 2 members remaining for the side of Purpose Esports. Going into a 3v2, this is going to be extremely difficult. It's Beast, though. He knows exactly where Knight Rider is. Throws in the shock dart, does not connect just yet, and he needs to try and survive for as long as possible. And Deathmaker, he has a vengeance story to go on. It is his name, and he's going to be able to find it all, ladies and gentlemen. A 3 kill for the side of Deathmaker, and 2 for the side of Knight Rider to take the 9th round on the board for the side of GodLike.
I think for GodLike, it's all about the way they find the execute. You saw in the rounds they end up losing is when they stack up towards a particular site. For example, when they go down to Kazuya, they stack up towards the SC long and they end up going down. But the way they played this round, when they take control of certain areas across the map, that's when they seem to thrive, because that's when the communication across the team really comes into play. And Deathmaker pushing in with his running back, able to secure Garage and C, allowing the rest of his team to take control of the rest of the map and then push into the site, meaning GodLike secure that map, surround, and make it 9-8, once again taking the lead. Now, as we get closer and closer to that 10 to 12 round mark, it's going to be up to either of these teams to try and push for a significant advantage, because the more and more we go back to back, the more and more it hurts either of the economies. Whitehorse on the lurk will find Kazuya, and that's the neural theft. All information of exactly where Purpose Esports are given to GodLike, and GodLike going to use that information to just back out of A, make their way once again towards that mid Garage side, try and find a rotate for themselves.
They're playing it really smart for their side, and already it's going to be Knight Rider getting that first pick off. Scargod goes in for the peek a bit too fast. He does get caught out, but Beast, he gets one on the Deathmaker with a headshot from that Marshall. This is going to be evening up the playing field so much for their side. Maddox gets one on the Whitehorse as well to even it up even more. It's going to be going into 2 versus 3 retake scenario, ladies and gentlemen. And Sova is still alive. This is going to be very much possible, but Shibby, he shuts out any sort of information that could be found from this side. Knight Rider going for the peak. He uses the Blade Storm, the lives do connect, but it's not going to be enough to take him out. Shibby goes in for the spray, but it's not going to be enough as GWB, he hits that headshot to clean it up. And again, it's going to be a 9-9, ladies and gentlemen. The teams are just fighting neck and neck this time.
I think both of these teams, they're perfectly matched, and they're showing us exactly why we consider Series 5 to be one of the most competitive series coming into this entire franchise, right? We see teams like Purpose Esports really stepping up to the mark. We see teams like GodLike trying to make their mark with new acquisitions, new trades coming in. In both of them, they're perfectly matched because of the experience having come in from the previous 4 series, really factoring into this Series 5. 9-9 is the scoreline, and I'm really just excited to see which team just sort of takes off the brakes and puts on the pace and pushes forward to get a huge advantage. Dave, he's trying to do that, making the plays, finds the kill onto Deathmaker, but Shivy able to get the trade, meaning it's still even Stevens on the map. But now GodLike, they have the information that the garage area completely empty, and they can try to use that to get something done. But look at Kazuya's positioning. He's just lurking below this window, expecting a mid push to come out, but Knight Rider expecting the same. He's not gonna peek out just yet. This Kazuya and Knight Rider dance could end up meaning disaster for either team. If one person gets caught out, that will be a cascading effect of dominoes falling in place. Kazuya now he's gonna spot out Shivy, but Shivy able to take him down. The Spidey sense is tingling for Shivy. He's like, I know where you are. You can't do it.
Davey does get his own head taken off though, and another head's probably gonna be going, and it's gonna be DWB on the grinder this time around. The decapitation does happen. It's gonna be leaving Maddox and Beast being the last two remaining members. They're hunting down the Cypher. They're gonna be hungry for it, and Scargon gets a kill on the Maddox, and it's gonna be leaving Beast in that scenario. But a beautiful shock dart, but immediate response coming up from the side of Knight Rider to dodge it out. He wants to save those 1,000 credits to his name by not buying an extra shield, and he's able to do it beautifully.
I think GodLike, the way they're able to just sort of predict exactly what Purpose want to do in that round, that's something that is absolutely phenomenal. Like, I have no idea how Shivy knew to expect someone below that window, because that's a corner we rarely see these pros checking in Haven. But Shivy checking that corner, able to find Kazuya, securing that B site advantage for GodLike, means they're able to take the A link, get into A site, and then Scargod with that nasty flick. Even though Maddox had the first sight on him, it's Scargod getting the kill.
Oh my!
Knight Rider with the plant, but Beast now pulls out the Marshall and shows his own aiming skills. Will find the headshot and the advantage for Purpose Esports. GodLike just stopped in their tracks.
Like they were able to get that trade at the bare minimum, and it's gonna be White Horse getting one of the Maddox as well. We'll try to go in for the flag. This is where it's gonna be the crunch time, ladies and gentlemen. This is where the A side is gonna be absolutely open. But still, of course, remember that this was the eco round for the side of Purpose Esports. So they're able to hold off strong. They were able to get a gun for themselves, and GWB, he needs to try and save this for as long as possible. But going back to the last round, you asked of how Shivy was actually able to know for a fact that Kazuya was actually sitting in that corner. The top of a person's head can be seen if you jump off that box, and the enemy team will not be able to see you because of the perspective, because of how perspectives work in Valorant. The closer you are to a wall, the less you can see. And Shivy using exactly that to check that corner, a beautiful mechanic that a lot of high-level players use to get that one-up edge when they're checking these corners. And Shivy playing it absolutely beautifully in that round.
Yeah, tiny advantages like that, tiny edges like that found by GodLike is really what is going to help them secure this map up. Because you can see Purpose, they have the purpose. They want to take down GodLike. They're pushing in aggressively, looking for the spike and GodLike. But GodLike, they're like, peace out, we're out of here. And Purpose, they're just gonna give up their bodies. And don't fret, I perfectly understand that play by Purpose. They don't want to take the lost sacrifice. They don't want that minus 1,000 gold, because they know that if they die, they're able to afford the full buys going into the next round, because last round was their eco. But now GodLike, they came into this second half 7-5. Now having maintained that 2-round lead, they're at 11-9. If they can just maintain that 2-round lead over the next 2 rounds, they will be able to secure the map. So Purpose, they need to get something done. Find the creativity to prevent GodLike from taking this systematic control that they like. And they're trying to do that with the run it back and the operator combo coming out from Kazuya and Dave. Dave clearing out the garage middle area for Kazuya to go peek. And Kazuya looking for the frags, hasn't found any yet though, because GodLike, it's almost like they're expecting this. They hear the run it back. They're like, they hear Dave saying, come on, let's go. And they're like, no, we don't want to go. We're just going to back up out of here. And they just maintain their position, play extremely defensively. And now they start taking control again, knowing that for Purpose, they can't really keep their control over that garage peak area.
Joke's over! You're dead!
They're holding it down for as long as they can, but Deathmaker, he does pop the run it back. He's taking all of them corners, but already he's pushing it straight on through. He's not checking his corners, but Knight Rider's there to check his instead, and Scargod, he finds one on the back end of Kazuya. Whitehorse finds one on the GWB. Scargod gets another one under the Beast, leaving only Maddox in a 1-versus-4 scenario, trying to see what he can clutch out, but with a spike going down as well, and Deathmaker having the phone number of Maddox. I'm pretty sure he did spot out this Cypher. He's slowly creeping out onto him. Deathmaker. He's the Reaper this time around, and he's gonna be reaping the soul of Maddox. He's slowly creeping his way down into this A side, but Maddox, he's walking into the awaiting arms of two other members from their side. The camera has been broken, and it's gonna be a peek coming up from the side of Deathmaker. The tripwire has been broken, and still it's gonna be forcing him out on the backcourt. And Deathmaker using all of his utility to perfection to get that last remaining kill. And we are at match point, ladies and gentlemen, for the side of GodLike.
It's really important there that GodLike made sure that Maddox not able to save, because given the fact that they get match point now, they need to get every single advantage in terms of weaponry possible, and ensuring Maddox doesn't save allows them to do that, because now Purpose Esports, they're going to be forced into a situation where even if they can get the Phantoms and the Vandals, you see a couple of light shields coming out, Kazuya having to go glass cannon with his operator, and a couple of Spectres coming out for GWB and Maddox. That's really going to hurt them, because now GodLike on the full buys, they're gonna look to push in, but the Hunter's Fury coming out from Beast finds a couple of tags, but no kills just yet. Deathmaker, he gets pushed down low, but has the hot hands to just heal himself up right back, and now they're just sort of gonna resettle themselves on the map, slowly push in, take the recon drone to get some information, keep White House on the look to maintain control of that mid area, and then try to find their advantage. GWB with from the shadows gets a bunch of information about GodLike's positioning, but GodLike, they're holding it themselves. They're refusing to make that overcommitment, knowing that this round extremely important to them clutching out match point.
I want to see what they can find, but no team is gonna be budging, but already we're gonna be seeing Deathmakers holding it down for as long as he can. He's not going for anything just yet. He's waiting for his team, waiting for a push, but going down onto this A side, no noise is being made just yet. The map is absolutely quiet, and this is where it's super dangerous. No sounds whatsoever.
30 seconds
Not
left.
even a pin drop with only 30 seconds left on the clock. The execution is gonna be coming through, and already them. He gets taken out by the hands of Deathmaker. He spots up Kazuya, but got a Knight Rider. He's already gonna be able to get that headshot onto the back end. Maddox, he's gonna be coming on in, but Beast, he's just stuck inside of this dark cover, inside of the heaven side, and already the shots are gonna be raining through. GWB trying to go in for the spray. He's not gonna be able to connect. And Knight Rider, he gets that kill onto the back end, but Deathmaker, he kills Knight Rider by accident. Deathmaker with a fadeaway headshot coming in at the very last second, and a 13-9 scoreline to take it all. It's gonna be GodLike moving forward.
They held on to that particular A-long mid-angle for the longest time, but when GodLike decide to execute, the pace at which they execute onto site, that's something to be scared of. The synergy, knowing that every single member trusting in each other to pull off their part in that execute, meaning GodLike able to take control of the site and get a significant man advantage while doing so. GodLike 13-9 moving on to the next round. We were curious how Deathmaker is going to be on that Phoenix, and well, there's nothing to be surprised. 362 ACS, 27 kills. That's the Deathmaker we know and love. Another MVP to his shots. He's looking to dominate the top 10 MVP list on his return as well. But that match, it gave us a lot to talk about. 13-9 was the scoreline, but it was extremely close between both of these teams. And we'll talk about it a little bit more using the Relive the Moment brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 Notebook, powered by Ryzen 4000 series processors, perfect for gaming and multitasking. Now, Aggressive, like for me, I think the biggest change in GodLike Esports that we have seen from Series 4 to Series 5 is this sort of understanding that they have something to rely on when they're falling down. These thrifty rounds coming out, because one of the biggest X factors about GodLike in Series 3 or Series 4 was their systematic gameplay. And while you can see that the systematic gameplay exists, there's that extra edge, that extra X factor in Deathmaker coming in now, where you can find these thrifty rounds to come out, and that extra edge, finding those eco and thrifty rounds is extremely important if you want to make a shot for that top title.
I completely agree with you on that, and the fact that Deathmaker adds a new level of aggression that Knight Rider was not able to bring down himself, this just goes to show that this team is even more dangerous, and they're going to be able to contest even the top dog in a matter of seconds. And this one game just goes to show what kind of potential this team is actually bringing down to the table. And from the side of Purpose Esports, I'll have to say one thing: your strategy is amazing, your aim is beautiful, but at the same time, the coordination is there, but when it comes to the trades, the gunfights are not as clean as we would like to see. In a lot of these scenarios, maybe going in for the lurk, trying to catch GodLike off guard, trying to force them to look in a different direction other than your team only, or just inside the site. We're losing map control really quickly because of how safe they were playing. And this is what hurt them the most. Sometimes you need to take risks, and GodLike, they took all the risk in the world to get that one-up advantage against Purpose Esports.
Yeah, those calculated risks, that's exactly what ended up getting GodLike the advantage, because I completely agree, right? For Purpose, it was too systematic to a certain point where it became predictable, but props to be given to them, man. If there was a list of check marks, they checked almost every single check mark off, and there's only a couple of areas where they can try to find the refinement to become as good as these top tier teams that we have here. Purpose, they're definitely a team to look out for, and I certainly hope they continue their journey in this Valorant competitive system. But for GodLike, DM with those flanks, Deathmaker, bringing that aggressiveness, as you mentioned, right, that we were missing from GodLike, it really feels like GodLike taken to yet another level and truly close to progressing from GodLike to actual gods. We'll have to see, though, if they do get to that stage. For now, they're just going to be moving on to the round of 32, and I'm really just excited to see more and more of this team. Props to both of the teams for one of the most entertaining matches today. Now, it wasn't the end of it though. We have another map coming up very soon. So make sure you stick around for that. Check out the links in the description below for some top tier sales and discounts for you to pick up some peripherals for yourselves. And make sure you follow us on our social media for all the updates to the streaming schedule and future tournaments to come down below. You can find the links. For now, we're just going to take a small break, just collect our breath, allow the players to get back into the lobbies, and we'll see you with the map 3 of today's action in the LG Ultragear TEC Challengers Series 5, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD.
coming into the competition after a long break and showing us that they will maintain that champion position. Rexy, he's not gonna give up. It's do or die. He makes himself known. And Amaterasu with the finishing blow. Velocity Gaming, they are your champions of the TEC Challenger Series 4. And welcome back to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 5, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD. And we have AFK Gaming as our media partner. We're back with game number 3. It is going to be the last game stream for today in the round of 64. My name is Apollonia. I'll be your host and caster today, joining CA. You already saw him in the previous game, caster and analyst. So CA, I'm really excited to be here. And upcoming right now, we have Ana OP versus RedMonk. Now, this is going to be a pretty cool game. For RedMonk, haven't quite seen them before, but for Ana OP, I think you should do the explaining.
I mean, I think that Dave explains it all. They were the team that gave me my first icebox, and for them, I'll be forever indebted. But Ana OP is basically the VLT management team, as I like to call it. You see the manager of VLT in Euphoria coming out. You see Anna, the one and only Sentinel owner of VLT, coming out. He will be playing today, so I'm really excited for that. But the people to watch out for me are Shand and Survey. Now, these are the duelists for Ana OP, and last time when we saw them, they stole the show and were extremely dominant. So we have to keep our eyes out for both of them.
Indeed, and we can see this Survey and Chand, just as you mentioned, they are the dedicated duelists. They're going to be on that Reyna and Raze. I can't wait to see what they're going to pull out. The last that we did see them, loads of multi-kills, flashy plays. They looked so comfortable on Icebox. Now this time it's going to be Ascent, where there's going to be a lot of long-range plays, and we don't see a Jet coming out. Usually Jet is the preferred agent to wield an op, but I'm still excited to see what they have in store for us. And Sentinel, he might just take that breach. So, you know, Initiator coming in. For those of you who don't know, Sentinel, everyone refers to him as Ana. And that's why, you know, the team name Ana OP. So looking at RedMonk there, they will be starting on the side of the attack. There is Shadow, Flashback, Daunty, Destroyer, and Coffin. What do you feel about this composition? I do like the Killjoy coming out, and I do feel that they have a good balance of aggressiveness and defensiveness in terms of their agent picks.
Yeah, I've always been of the belief that, especially on Ascent and Split, those two maps, Killjoy is slightly better than Cypher because of her proficiency in the attack. And that belief, I feel like, has been reaffirmed with the meta we've seen coming out of First Strike. Killjoy, it's a very different usage to Cypher. She's all about being that mobile sentinel, picking up your traps and then setting up in advance, or using your grenades to sort of set up these corners and go for those aggressive peaks. Now, for Ana OP though, the no Jet lineup coming out, I feel is very interesting, but also perfectly lines up with Ana playing the breach. Sentinel on that breach, it shows that they are going for an aggressive playstyle, and that is perfectly lined up with that Raze and Reyna. Because Raze and Reyna, the two Rs, it's not about rest and relaxation, it's all about the fight coming in, the aggression and the murder of the other team.
Indeed, and we can see here on the defensive side, Ana OP, they're very much ready, spreading themselves out. This is pretty good, you know, no stacks. It depends, you know, certain teams, they might have a different approach where they might go for an aggressive push, but Ana OP, they're going to stay defensive, probably want to see what RedMonk is about, not do anything too risky at the start of this match. But this is going to be Daunty here, just looking over in mid, trying to get that little bit of control here on that Sova. He does have the recon bolt available, and he will be probably using it at the right time. A dark cover thrown out. Seems like Ana OP, they smell something fishy, but RedMonk, They're just about lurking in the lobby and long area, waiting for the right time to attack.
They're gonna choose to just push in right here, right now. Going in for that fast A-side execute for with almost all of Anna OP here. This might just end up being costly. Chance with the classic will find the headshot, and then with the boom bot following it up. Beautiful gameplay coming out from Chan to secure the advantage for Anna OP. That's the spike carrier down, and Chan looking for more. Finds this triple. Chan picking up right where he left off the last time we saw him, meaning Anna OP securing round 1 with that pistol win.
Was a really great round for Ana OP. Chan there finding that triple kill was just massive, and I like the way he moved onto site. He came from the rafters, picked up those kills, and found the other below rafters. You know, in a pistol round, it is great if you can secure it for yourself. It just kind of helps your transition into the second and the third, gives you a little bit more of a momentum, and ultimately, you know, it does also boost the morale of the team.
Yeah, it's like basically like for me, seeing Chant on this raise, I'm really excited to see how he uses his utility. You already saw a Boomba kill coming on from him, right? Because the previous time we saw him, he was on the jet and he was still picking up the multi-kills. The raise from the jet, while you still get the verticality, what you get extra is the grenades, the explosiveness, the Boomba, and that you can see Chant is perfectly good at utilizing that. But now Coffin and the rest of RedMonk predicting that catwalk push, able to deny Chant and pick up the advantage for them. Eco round for RedMonk, but they're doing well so far.
That was a risky move by Chan, losing his life there. Another member on the side of defense is going to fall as well. Euphoria, not his time as of now, but the attackers are in a great spot. Looks like they have gone for a little bit of a force by Sentinel, firing away, and he's going to get quite a bit of damage now. We can see the Raze and the Reyna on the tick of health. Survey here on A side. He's going to be ready. He sprays, but doesn't quite get the kill as Shadow returns it. Now 3 members of RedMonk, they're really low. Kisse finds one, and Dante's shock bolt is going to save him. Sentinel's going to take out Flashback with that headshot. He could potentially clutch this. I mean, with light armor, full health points, he's gonna go for this retake one step at a time. He can play with it a little bit, but Sentinel now up on rafters. He's gonna whip out that flash, and he might just have blinded the one lurking on A long, but Sentinel, well played seismic blast. He's gonna fire away, but Shadow pops out at the right time. Thrifty round for RedMonk. Very nicely done. It's even on the scoreboard.
Yeah, RedMonk punishing Ana OP for their aggressiveness, able to pick up those frags towards that mid side and then able to convert that pressure into a push from Catwalk onto A side, taking A side control. Not only do they get the credit for getting the spike plant, but the fact that they're able to hold on to this site, Dante getting that shock dart kill, meaning RedMonk picking up a thrifty round. I think we're just set in for an extremely spicy, extremely close map coming in between both of these teams. It looks like they're very well matched, but it's RedMonk now with the eco advantage, looking to push their lead further and find that eco lead. Now, they're forced onto the eco, and they're going for that eco rush. Dante on the lurk, he finds one, but Sentinel able to immediately answer back. RedMonk should use this pressure to move onto A.
Now, Flashback there with the kill. Now, Survey just waiting here in mid-link for the right opportunity. But Shadow 99, he's going to find Euphoria. And there's only 2 defenders. Survey gets a 1-for-1 trade, and Sentinel is left alone once again to fend for himself. It's just going to take it slow. 60 HP, not in the healthiest situation. 1v3 scenario, and Destroyer SJ will be the one to wrap it up. Second round for RedMonk.
That was the eco round of VLT, and RedMonk do really well. Sorry, that was the eco round of Ana OP, and RedMonk do really well to pick up that round for themselves. So going into the next round, they're gonna have to try and stabilize this lead by picking up another and finding the win. What I personally like about the way RedMonk are approaching this map is that they always leave a lurker towards mid, making sure that Ana OP, using that breach, not able to get mid control for free, and then allowing the aggressiveness for Ana OP to end up being their own edge, finding the kills onto that aggressive play, able to use that pressure to get into sites. RedMonk now with the lead, they're gonna try to switch it up. All of them towards that B, still Dante on the Sova lurking towards mid. They're going to go for this beast push, it seems like.
Indeed. Now this is Kisse. He's on watch for the B site. We do see the attackers gathering at B main. Survey. He has a little bit of a hint watching those bullets fly past. Just gonna return a few. Now Kisei, he has the paranoia available, could potentially use it in perfect time to stop the push, but the attackers are just gonna back away and go for a rotate instead. And this is where Ascent becomes very tricky, because trying to attack a site head on, you've got to be fast, you've got to be quick, and if that is not possible, you have to rely on rotations. It is very easy to get sandwiched. There's a lot of different openings, and right now RedMonk, they're gonna traverse across the courtyard and onto a push on the A short.
RedMonk, they make the smart play and go for the rotation for Unopi. They're expecting it. You see Chand waiting, using his pain grenade, now looking for the delay, and the beautiful projectile view coming out to show us exactly the chaos it causes. Now Chand is using the rest of his utility to stop the push, and he's able to find a couple kills, but not before Falcon able to take down Survey. Euphoria waiting in the cave will find 2 more, and that leaves Shadow, the lone man standing without this fight to find this round. He doesn't have enough time, and he has a dot sticking in him, so he has nowhere to go. TK he can do, but the dart will constantly give away his location. And Chand with the triple, using that raise utility to perfection to secure the even scoreline for Unopi.
It was an extremely stressful round there for Shadow 99, and we could see he tried his level best to do anything he could, but Euphoria there picking up that double kill was just massive for his team, and Chand as well, leaving Shadow 99, the last member of RedMonk. But 2-2. At this point, you know, I can't really tell which team has it in them to take this win. It is the round of 64. We don't usually see games so close, but you know, I'm not going to deny any extra action here. And Chand right on the scoreboard with 6 kills, leading his team. And a little bit of an aggressive play here from Euphoria. The boombot does explode, and Euphoria takes a little bit of damage. Chand just going to wait in Winery for a little bit, and he pops out in perfect time. He's gonna get a double. The showstopper comes out, and it's not gonna quite connect. Out comes the paint shell. Survey's got his back, and Chand looking for a kill, but Shadow 99 is there to put a bullet right through his head. It's down to this 2v3. Unopi still with the man advantage, and the attackers, they have no choice but to go for a rotate. And there it is, Shadow 99 popping that ultimate, and it does get removed, but he is gonna push for the A site. So a little bit of mind games there coming out from RedMonk, and I'd love to see it.
Now, Survey, he's making his way towards the CT, but as you said, the mind games from RedMonk reigning supreme. They hold on to their positions and make their way back into A site now. The door closing should give away the information to Unopi, but they are not electing to make that noise just yet. RedMonk, they're running out of time though. They're gonna go for the lockdown, try and get Spike, but Survey is able to take him down, and using the dismiss, reposition himself, find the 3K and take down Shadow. Beautiful round coming out from Unopi. First, this positioning by Chand, getting into the winery, that's a great thing in itself, but then holding on there for so long and waiting. Trigger control and patience coming out to then find those 2 kills and really just set up his team for success. Chand starting off that round as that duelist on race, and Survey finishing off that round as his co-duelist, meaning as we expected, right? Chand and Survey, they're the people to watch out for, and they're the ones who secure Unopi this round lead.
Chand and Survey, seems like they're really consistent here. And who are these guys? They do have the potential to definitely get really popular. Looking at all the insane kills that they're able to pull off, and Dante there just popping the Hunter's Fury in perfect time. Does grant him a kill, but Chand, he's gonna find one, tries to use the satchel to safety, but Coffin's gonna catch him out. And now the defenders has lost 2. Survey and Kisei, they pick up 1 for themselves. Flashback is gonna return a kill, and it's down to this 2v2. Looking at the health status, the defenders, they're not exactly very healthy, but they could go for this clutch, and it's all up to Sentinel. A very interesting looking gun here. Let's see if he's got it in him with this Phantom. And as the spike has been planted, the timer is ticking. Kisei, he's gonna come in from A short, while Sentinel might just make himself known from rafters or A short as well. The attackers in their post-plant positions, not exactly ideal, I would say. Cramped up on the site, but let's see if the attackers have it in them to gain their third round. The showstopper comes out. Sentinel manages to get away. He's gonna flash, and Sentinel picks up that headshot. He finds another, and that's gonna be a double for Sentinel in a clutch. Nicely done. And I do believe he has the time to defuse. And no, he doesn't. But nonetheless, it was a great 2 kills. And the way RedMonk played with the timer there, that was a well-deserved round for the attackers.
Yeah, extremely close matchup coming in between these two teams. Anna OP, Anna himself makes it very close for us in that round, but RedMonk playing against that time, delaying for as long as possible, meaning it's them who pick up the round win and go into the next round with an even Steven scoreline. Now, given the fact that we're seeing back-to-back rounds going forth for either the teams, and given the fact that RedMonk lost all their members, it's still going to be Anna OP with that equal lead. RedMonk forced onto slightly lighter weaponry and a couple of light shields maybe. So now it's going to be up to RedMonk to try and stabilize their economy through finding yet another round win, and they're going to look to do that by finding this 5 stack towards B side. Now Anna OP, they're predicting this. You see 3 members waiting towards B. This might just spell disaster for RedMonk if they choose to go for that big push.
Alright, and here we can see it's gonna be Shadow with his buddies up in B main. Looking for that setup, and defenders responding. Paranoia dashed out by Kisei. They might just attempt this. And, you know, overall here, looking at this, I think it's going to be like a seesaw scenario where, you know, one team's going to get around, the other team's going to get another. But RedMonk, they are really holding their own. And, you know, if you're looking at their KDA, it seems pretty spread out across the board. Shadow definitely stepping up for his team together with Coffin. Now, Ascent, you know, it can be seen as a more defense-favored map. You just got to be really creative with the rotations and serve. He finds the headshot onto Destroyer, and Dante's gonna take down Sentinel. Coffin finds the kill for himself, and this leaves the defenders with a man disadvantage, but Kisei is gonna level that up. And 15 seconds on the clock. The attackers, they've gotta make a plant quick. Shadow moving in, down to 10 seconds. You gotta watch each other's back. Kisei is gonna find one. Shadow returns it, 6 seconds left on the clock. And Shadow will get that spike planted, but Chand, he's gonna go aggressive, and Shadow picks up Chand. That was absolutely nuts. A quick push right as the timer was about to go up. The attackers secured the plant. Now it's all up to Euphoria. He's really healthy. And the attackers, not so much. Euphoria, he is gonna push the rafters, go right under, but Shadow's quick to take him out. A 3K, and that gives RedMonk the one round advantage.
That might have been a bit of a misclick from Euphoria towards the end, because he jumps down and then looks at his camera, basically rendering him like a free target for both of the members of RedMonk, since he jumped down, gave away the audio cue to the other players, and then looked at his camera, not really peeking and trying to find his duel. That misclick ends up costing them. But as you said, Shadow pushing in at the right time and denying Survey the lead he got from the start, able to secure the side, get the kills, and secure eventually the round for RedMonk. Now it's going to be Anna OP forced onto an eco, and RedMonk with a slightly better economy. But Anna OP going for the eco rush. Kisei OP, Euphoria, Chant each find the kills, but Coffin returning it back will maintain some semblance of closeness in this team. Now Coffin will find his third and make it 2v2 on the map. It's going to be up to Coffin and the Omen to try and find the rotate.
Now the last 2 defenders, this was a really good eco round here for the side of defense, being able to pick up that many kills. But the attackers are still going to go for the push, and Sentinel, he is sniffing out the attackers. But we do see RedMonk changing their decision, and they're going to go for the mid push instead, which is perfect in this scenario. Coffin and Shadow at the top of the board for the team. They're going to make this round count for themselves. Now Coffin checking every single angle, and they are going to go for that B-side plant here. This is going to pan out pretty interestingly. Serve here, picking up a gun for himself. That Vandal, he is going to go for that retake with Sentinel. Now the lockdown has been pulled out by Coffin, and that should buy them a little bit of time. Let's see how this pans out here, CA.
Now, Sentinel has the Rolling Thunder ready to his name, but you can see Shadow, he's using from the shadows to find the information, knows exactly where Survey and Sentinel are, and they need to go now. Survey using all of his lures, and Sentinel now setting up the Rolling Thunder to push in, but the Nano Swarm Grenade will deny that push, and Shadow will find the first kill. It's going to be up to Survey to find the clutch, and he'll find the first kill. Now, Survey versus Shadow. Survey running out of time, he's going for the diffuse. I assume he's going to stick it halfway through and then go for the peek. Goes for the peek after the half, but it's Shadow with the headshot, and Shadow securing now a 2-round lead for RedMonk. Beautifully played by Shadow, especially the usage of the ulti towards the retake portion of that round to get the information. The fact that they know exactly where Survey and Sentinel are makes it much easier for them to position towards the CT side and find that initial pick onto Sentinel.
Shadow on that Omen. Are you sure he isn't Omen himself? He is playing insane for his team. We do see the duelist struggling a little bit there on RedMonk, on the side of RedMonk. Let's just pull up the scoreboard, but there it is. Shadow there with 10 kills, but Chan's gonna make it 11, and Serv's gonna make that 10 for himself. Dante with another kill using that shock dart. We just love the Sova mains, but the attackers with the man disadvantage. They are in a little bit of a pickle. But the defense, they gotta get that scoreline up. Now Chand just on A short duty. And you know, we've noticed that RedMonk here, their style is to be a little bit more passive. They'll push whenever they feel like it, and overall it's not extremely aggressive. Now, here comes the question. How do you beat teams that are passive? And usually it's with aggression. I do feel that Ana OP could potentially look to be a little bit more aggressive on the side of defense, but we'll see how this pans out with Serve here on the Raptors. He's gonna find Dante and takes him out often. We'll get the spike planted, but Chand stops him, and that's gonna be a triple kill for Chand and the 4th round for Ana OP.
Survey with the aggressive push, finding the first kill towards the start of that round, and then holding on towards the rafters to find another, helped by Chand, his co-duelist, to pick up that triple, meaning Ana OP able to secure this round. I feel like it's as you said for RedMonk, Apo. They're really slow towards the initial portion of the round. They want to catch the aggressiveness of the other team off, find the picks, but when they're not able to find the picks, when they're caught off guard themselves, it feels like they don't have as much direction, and they need to try and find that for themselves. Now Survey, he's once again going for the aggressive peek. He'll take out Dante. Chand going for one himself will just have to back off after having been revealed by the recon dart. Now Chand, he's just gonna back up into site, and RedMonk, you can see they're taking the mid control, but all of Ana OP with this man advantage, holding their positions, knowing that they have the extra man. That means as long as they maintain their positions, it's RedMonk who have to play into their hands. RedMonk, they might be doing just that, going into the hands of Survey with this mid push. Survey will find one, and the Empress will give him the invisibility. Survey looking for more right here, right now.
Last player
Destroyer's gonna catch him off guard. Chand finds the killer to coffin. Destroys the last man standing. He's gonna pick up one more, and it's a 1v3 situation. What will he do? The spike has been spotted by the defenders, and Destroyer's gonna go for that push, picking up those kills. He's able to heal himself back up, and that is gonna be the 3rd kill for Destroyer. If he does clutch this, it might just be an ace, and a little bit of a reposition coming out from that Omen there. Kise. Now Destroyer, he's gonna go for the plant, and this will be pretty cool to see. Destroyer not looking in the right direction, unfortunately, as Kise sneaks over onto the other side and picks up that kill. Now we're even once again on the scoreboard, as Ana OP has found a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, Ana OP having picked up the last 2 rounds, they not only pick up the momentum, but also the eco lead going into the next few, and are looking extremely strong here. Now, coming back to the conversation of compositions, right? For both of these teams, the next half is really their important half, because for RedMonk, they have that Killjoy who really thrives on the defense. You can see Coffin, even though he's doing really well now, his true moment to shine will come through when he's on the defense. But the same goes for Ana OP. When Sentinel able to call the shots about where he wants to go, that's when Ana OP will look to shine. Now we get to see the beautiful path of that recon dart coming out as it curves all the way into the mid cubby towards that A side to get the information. Intermission. Will not reveal anybody out just yet, and as usual, as we expect, RedMonk playing it slow, RedMonk waiting it out, and then looking to make the push. Now, RedMonk, they're at their last dregs in terms of economy, so they need to make sure they win this round, otherwise their eco really gonna hurt going into the last round, and they're looking to do that with this A-side push, had this Dante having already taken control of the mid catwalk area. RedMonk now fully committing to A.
The attackers, they're ready and setting up the A-side push. We do see the rotations coming in. 3 defenders. That's going to be Sean and Survey picking up a kill for themselves. Now the attackers realizing that this is not going to work. They're just moving back, retreating, going for that rotate. We do see Sentinel still looking at the B site. And this is a little bit of discipline that we are seeing from Ana OP.
30 seconds left.
No pun intended.
Right? I mean, the way this team has sort of blossomed is really nice to see, because they're a team that just sort of came together for Series 5 particularly. We know exactly who they are, Sentinel and Euphoria especially, but it really seems like the best team, being the management of the best team, has paid off for them, because like the skill from the top level, their actual team, coming out on all of these players, are now OP now able to take the round lead for themselves, and going into the last round, they'll have the eco lead as well. So Anna OP looking good on every single front, looking to now cement their advantage in this map.
Sentinel picking up the last double kill there on the map. He's really good. I mean, he's doing well for his team. As a breach, you know, the sole focus of that agent is to provide the utility for your team, but he's able to frag as well. He is placed 3rd on the scoreboard as of now. So, you know, more than just utility, Sentinel, he's definitely picking up those kills as well. And now we're going to move into the last round before the swap. Donkey, he gets a bit of information on where Sean is, and there comes the Hunter's Fury. Might just find a kill, but Sean whips out the showstopper and kills himself instead. A little bit of a suicide there, but Euphoria ready with the AWP. He's not going to connect that shot. The paranoia hits him. He can't see anything, and he's looking for a change in position. Picks up Dante, but he's going to go down to Coffin. Now Shadows getting the spike planted. 3 lives lost on the side of defense, and it's down to Kisei and Sentinel to try and get the 2-round lead before the end of this first half. Now Sentinel, he does see the lockdown has been deployed by Coffin. And Kisei, he's just gonna back away from that, and you know, there's no point in really saving here. So we should expect to see Sentinel and Kisei go for this retake. Now Kisei picks out that paranoia. He's gonna get rid of that door. He finds flashback, and Sentinel there ready with the fault line. He is preparing it. Sentinel finds Coffin. 1 last man. No, it's gonna be 2, and that is a wrap. The last round before the swap goes over to RedMonk, and it's a tie, ending off in this first half.
I mean, you can see that, like, for RedMonk, it's all about the patience in their playstyle. As long as they're able to maintain their 5-man stack with that patience, they're continuously able to push into this site and take control. That's where they really thrive. Chant with that derp coming in at the start, I think that was a slight mistake. Just ends up killing himself with his own showstopper. It did end up being really costly for them though, because it's basically like a -2. Like, not only does he go down with his own life, but he also, like, lost a potential kill that he might have got from that showstopper. But now at 6-6, both of these teams going on to the side that they prefer. RedMonk with Coffin on that Killjoy, on that defense, and Anna OP with that breach in the Sentinel, going onto the attack. Both of these teams really should thrive in the second half, and the team that finds that initial edge with the pistol round and the round after that might just start running away with the tempo and the momentum.
Oh, that's perfectly well said. Exactly here. Both teams, they should fight for that small lead. Now, on the side of defense, it's going to be RedMonk and Ana OP on attack. Both teams, they have to make this count, but it does feel like RedMonk, you know, most teams are better on the defensive side, so let's see if that is going to translate into RedMonk's gameplay. Now, Shadow99, he has mid beauty to carry out. He is going to drop the dark cover, but he gets tagged down to 13 HP, and Shand with the grenade, he's going to secure that kill. Now, Ana OP with the full-on attack, very quick. The opposite gameplay style as compared to RedMonk. Kind of took their time in the first half. Now Euphoria is going to find Dante, and it's going to be a 3-man attempt at this retake on the side of defense. Euphoria, he's going to find out one, and Flashback's going to get a double onto Survey. Euphoria, Chan returns a kill, and what is happening? Everyone's got to reload, and Chan picks a triple. It's down to the 1v1. Chan is going to waste some time, and the nade picks up the kill on Destroyer. Insane 4K coming out from Chand. Wow, that was nuts.
Yeah, that was a perfect circle. Chan started off that round for us, having picked up a kill with his paint grenade, and then using the classic to get 3 more. The dancing coming out between Chan and the opposite Razier. Chan just ends up dancing on him, gets a great paint grenade, having picked up a couple, and finishes off the round with a paint grenade to not only secure his 4K, but also secure the pistol round. Chan, I believe, he is the top fragger with 20 kills for the side of Ana OP, doing extremely well on this race, constantly utilizing his utility to get these advantages. And now Ana OP with the better weaponry, looking to push in. Euphoria finding one, Shadow able to find the return though, makes it 4v4 now. Last time around RedMonk, they got that thrifty round, so if Ana OP able to make sure that that thrifty doesn't happen again, they'll be able to secure themselves a good lead.
That was a very aggressive start for RedMonk. They pushed out of their defenses, and you know, I like to see it. They are strategizing, and Ana OP, meanwhile, they took over the A side. They waited for Kisei to arrive with the spike to get that plant off. So all in all, both teams definitely doing their best to outsmart their opponent. Now Chan gonna use that satchel just to, you know, take a little bit of damage off the turret. Kisei with the paranoia, he's gonna find a headshot onto Dante, and Sentinel, he's on long duty as well. RedMonk, they're ready for the retake, but Chan is going nuts. Sentinel finds a kill of his own, and it's all down to Flashback with a pistol. He's living on a prayer as Survey takes him out, and that will be a 2-round lead for Ana OP.
That satchel pack to push the turret back into the site basically denies about 30% of that turret's effectiveness, not allowing it to peek 2 key angles towards the long area and making sure they're able to hold that hell angle. Chant on this race is a beautiful example of why you need to always, in the game of Valorant, combine your abilities with your aim and use them in a synergetic manner to get the biggest advantage. Chant doing really well, now securing this 2-round lead for Ana OP. Now, RedMonk, it was their eco round last round, so this is the round they need to look towards with the full buys to try to pull something back, because right now, Ana OP are continuously able to flex where exactly they want to make the push, decide what they want to do, and now we might just be seeing a potential A fake coming out. No, scratch that. You see Euphoria on the Cypher, now getting the spike towards A. It's going to be an A execute.
Now Survey here with Shan. They're looking for that opening here on the A side, and that is Sentinel just assisting them with a bunch of abilities. Survey's got to pull himself back a little bit. He did dodge the nade coming up from the side of RedMonk. Now Survey just scanning the area and a dark cover just to ease the pressure off of defense coming out from RedMonk. Now Ana OP, they are forced to go for the rotate, and Shadow watching the mid area. He should be able to pick up a few kills in time to come. We do see Kisei looking for that opportunity to push onto A short. I'm not exactly sure what the plan is here, but Ana OP, the gears are working, and they know that they can't exactly force something. They have to kind of outsmart their opponents, not wait for RedMonk to make a move and then react accordingly. You've got to set a pace when you're on the attacking side. A 1-for-1 trade, and there's only 14 seconds left. We do see Euphoria. He's running onto the B side. He's going to get it planted, and there it is. He's the last man standing as Ana OP. The other members, they all lost their lives. It's going to be a 1v4 situation. Let's see what Euphoria is going to pull off here. The spy cam, just give him a bit of info. He is going to release the dart. He goes for the spray, but Dante's going to take him out. And this will be a round for RedMonk to take.
RedMonk doing really well that round, continuously denying Ana OP the territory that they wanted to control, able to instead punish them for trying to control that territory by finding the picks. Those picks translate into Ana OP pushed into a very difficult position where it's Euphoria, the last man standing. Even though he gets the spike plant, which is some extra credits, not able to secure the round. But now, going into the next round, is going to be Ana OP with the buys. Only Chand, who was forced to buy last round after having lost his life in the first, will be stuck onto the Stinger. The rest of Ana OP with the full buys, and all of RedMonk with the buys themselves. So now Ana OP, this is their round to make sure that economy doesn't end up hurting in the long term. You're gonna see Chance pushing out. The Boombot will not catch him. Instead, Dante will find the kill. Survey, though, instantly there to back his teammate up, will find the trade. And now Ana OP with the hard and fast execute onto site A. Now it's gonna be up to the Reyna for RedMonk. So Destroyer gets instantly destroyed. Shadow finds the return, and what a fast round. It's 3v3 on the round already, and the spike is planted. 3v3 for RedMonk to retake.
Shadow there coming in with a spray down in the corner, but 3v3, it could be anybody's game here. Now, flashback. What exactly are these defenders planning? Okay, we do see the dark cover coming out from Shadow. He is going to block out one of the entrances. Now Sentinel, he's going to get a flash that I do believe has connected onto all three members. Now Sentinel, he's going to get taken down so quick. Survey finds a third. Flashback and Kisse, they're going to go for a 1v1 trade. And that is down to this duel, and Coffin comes out on top. Does he have the time to defuse, however? And I think he does. RedMonk, they're getting even on the scoreboard once again. It's so back and forth with both these teams. It's almost like you can't exactly tell which team is more dominant. You know, we have Chand and Survey on the side of Ana OP that's playing out of their minds, and Sentinel also chiming in where he can. And on the side of RedMonk, it feels like the spotlight is shared a little bit more amongst all. But Coffin on the Killjoy, I think he is standing out just a little bit more for me.
Yeah, definitely. I especially like seeing that Killjoy come into play when a player is utilizing it properly, because again and again you see Coffin using the fact that the turret cooldown is very low to get those free peaks for himself, and then pick up the turret, get another free peak 10 seconds later. And that's really important when you're playing that Killjoy, because that's her identity now. She's that mobile sentinel. RedMonk doing really well that round to pick it up. I have to say though, like a small nitpicking thing, but Sentinel did have his ultimate ready. So if he was able to play that just a little more defensively, he could have used the ultimate to secure the round. But nevertheless, it's RedMonk who are able to find the triple peak and take him down, and then secure the retake and eventually the round for themselves. Now, we're seeing a small technical pause come out, and this gives us a second to really talk about both of these teams, because earlier today in the second match we saw a really close match come out between GodLike Esports and Purpose Esports, and now with Ana OP and RedMonk we're seeing yet another close match. As you said earlier, Apo, the round is 64, not really where we expect these close matches, but the fact that we're seeing them nevertheless, it just shows, like, it gives me inspiration and hope for the fact that the community now getting better as a whole, the gap between the top and the bottom decreasing day by day.
Oh, for sure. You know, from the earlier the earlier tournaments, you know, like series 1, 2, and 3, we wouldn't get to the juicy action until it was like the quarterfinals or the semifinals. But now in series 5, it's almost like, you know, everybody has adjusted. They realize what they have to do. The meta has been stabilized a little bit more, and teams now understand how to tailor an opposition to their style. And that's going to be Shadow taken out by Kisse with that Sheriff doing him good. Small investment, huge payoff, and Sentinel's just going to be there to wait for backup. Kisse, he's gonna fire away at short. He connects a headshot and another bullet to put Destroyer down to rest. And now flashback with the operator. He's gonna pick off Sentinel, and Coffin's trailing behind him. 2v3 scenario. It is possible for RedMonk. Let's see what flashback's got with the showstopper. Finds the kill onto Chand, and now it's down to a 2v2. Ana OP there in a little bit of a pickle. If Survey does find a kill and it allows him to overheal, then this is a round for the attackers to take, and, you know, try to get that one round lead over the opponent team. Let's see how this pans out.
Maybe up to Survey to deny this plant. He's not going to be able to do that because it was a fake. Flashback finding the kill, and Coughing, he's sticking the defuse all the way through. Kisse, he tried to go for the big brain fake flash, but Cough is like, I go big brain more. I'm just going to take the defuse, man. You cannot even get to me because the door is closed. And the fact that Kisei not able to get his ultimate to help himself reposition, him being caught off the other side means that it's RedMonk taking the lead. Now, props given to UNOP as well, because this was the eco round. You saw them with the sheriffs. They're able to do a significant bit of damage to RedMonk. But now RedMonk, they have the lead for themselves. And as we said earlier, some teams, like, they are much more comfortable on defense, especially when you have a player like Coffin piloting the Killjoy, much more stronger on that defensive side. RedMonk, they have the ball in their court, and if they can win one more round, they'll be able to inflict severe damage onto Ana OP's economy. Now, Ana OP, they're gonna switch up their own strategy, now looking to use Sentinel's Breach to take mid control. If they can take mid control successfully, this would mean a really successful attack round for them.
In this survey, popping the Empress. He is gonna be the queen now, and that paranoia connects onto him. Just gonna pull it back and drop a Leer just to counter that a little bit. Survey's gotta play this right, and you know, whichever person here picks up a kill in mid, it should lean heavily into their favor. Now Euphoria finding a kill into flashback that eases off the pressure of the attacker. Sentinel's gonna go in aggressive, finds Destroyer, and Survey's there to return the kill as his buddy goes down. RedMonk down to 2 defenders. Coffin falls, and Dante with a tick of health in the operator. I would suggest for him to go for the save, but Shand is just too quick, chaining him down, and it is even once again on the scoreboard. I'm actually at a loss of words because I have no idea who or which team exactly is dominating. Because both are so even in skill matchup, and we don't normally see it in the round of 64. It's kind of surprising, and it kind of feels like, oh, you know, one of these great teams, they're going to be eliminated so early in the competition. And, you know, I just hope I could see more of both these teams here, CA.
Yeah, it feels a little bad that one of them has to go, but at the same time, it feels a little good that we have such good teams in the earlier stages, right?
Oh,
We
yeah.
get to see the action, and we get to cast it really and understand how these teams like to play. But now Ana OP, they're gonna go for the call for a fast execute, and they're gonna do it really, really well. Having taken control of site, it's gonna be up to them to hold on to post plants. But with the lockdown ready for Coffin, he's gonna push all of them away from site. Survey though, he's gonna stay in sight and allow himself to be caught out by flashback, and that's that 4v4. A beautiful swarm grenade by Coffin to clear out Binary, and another kill onto Chand, meaning now RedMonk on the retake, doing really well. Shadow is going for the full defuse, and they're not able to find him. Kisei will take down one, and the spike diffuse is stopped in the last minute. The spike, even though flashback is able to make his way, not enough time for him to pull through, and Ana OP barely able to secure that round, playing on the very edge of their seats and bringing me to the very edge of mine.
Whoa, that was a hectic round. There was so much chaos. Both teams just charging at each other. They want the kills. They want the round. And that's going to be double digits for Ana OP. They managed to pull off a successful attack, buying all that time. And, you know, we always talk about post-plant positions because it can make or break you. And the fact that Ana OP, they're very quick to station at least 2 members on long to watch for a backstab or to watch for the spike, because usually it is a long plant. That is just really good planning from the side of Ana OP. Now looking at RedMonk, gotta be a little bit more calculative. They also have to play a little bit more defensive if they would like. But Chan there, getting so much health taken away. Not sure if that is going to be good, but he's gonna look for that information instead and sacrifice himself. And Coffin's gonna find him with the frenzy, whips up his gun, the Phantom in hand for Coffin. He's gonna continue carrying out that defense. Now Sentinel's gonna find one for himself. A quick teleport by Kisei, but Coffin, he's gonna find one, and Sentinel might just have to reload that, back away a little bit. Ana OP caught in a pickle as Survey stuck under the rafters. He does have an enemy above him, and it's only a matter of time until RedMonk is gonna completely close onto Survey. That Reyna, Euphoria finds one, so the Survey Shadow's there to save the day with the Sheriff once again.
One enemy
And it's down to this 2v2.
Last
Sentinel
player
stepping up.
standing.
He takes out Destroyer. And it's a 1v1. Euphoria comes out on top, securing round 11 for Ana OP as they inch closer to claiming this victory.
Euphoria coming up huge that round. Not only does he relieve the pressure of Survey, who, as you said, was stuck in that held position with nowhere to go. This flank from Euphoria, making sure that Survey not caught out. Instead, Survey able to find the kill. Even though he gets taken down by Shadow, this allows Sentinel to push in, get the return kill, and then in the 1v1 between Euphoria and Shadow, Euphoria with the clutch to now take Ana OP to a 2-round advantage. Now, for RedMonk, the last round was the eco, but that is the last possible round they can give up as an eco. They need to start fighting back round after round now, because now Ana OP with the 2-round lead, they have a very strong economy and a chance to just close off the match as a whole. The Boomba's still not destroyed, giving away a lot of information regarding RedMonk's positioning. But RedMonk, they're just gonna hold it down, wait it out, because they don't want to take any unnecessary peeks and give away a huge advantage to Ana OP. Ana OP though playing it just as smart, keeping 2 members towards the A side to make the noise, while the rest of their team rotates towards that B.
Oh, I love this. Coming out from the side of attack. It looks like Sentinel, he's just gonna throw out that ultimate as a possible decoy. And Chand is there to back him up. Chand looking for a kill. He shouldn't waste that ultimate. He's gonna turn around, take out the turret as well as Coffin. And he sprays as he's going for that reload, 51 HP, not too healthy. Meanwhile, his buddies are gonna be going out to that B side to secure the plant. Ana OP, as a team, they are getting a little bit creative. They still have the man advantage. The spike has been planted. Now, 3 members in the boathouse does sound a little bit risky, but Kisse, he's gonna find Dante, and if it works for Ana OP, it works. Destroyer, SJ finding one, so does Flashback onto Survey, and Destroyer's gonna be taken out. Flashback returns the kill. It's down to a 2v2. Sentinel and Chand, they gotta hurry because Flashback's sticking to the defuse. Chand, he's spraying away Flashback with the defense. And this is a round for the defenders as Flashback picks up a 4K. That was absolutely insane, but this is what I'm talking about. Your post-plant positions are way more crucial than what I think many teams expect. To place 3 members cornered into the boathouse, it's not a good look. You gotta at least spread out, try to catch the defenders in a crossfire when they're going for that retake.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, especially in a situation when you know the opposition Raze is alive. Raze is having a feel that she's like, I'm just gonna throw all out my utility, knowing you're stuck in that tiny corner and being able to catch everybody out. Flashback picks up that 4K, securing that round for RedMonk, forcing Ana OP into an eco situation. That was a beautiful fake and push by Ana OP, but the fact that they all crowded together in that boathouse means that Sentinel and Shan not able to make the rotate on time, and RedMonk able to stick the defuse through, get the round. RedMonk following up in the perfect fashion now in this next round. Shadow, he'll pick up that first blood, secure the advantage, and now they just need to hold on to their positions and wait for the push coming out from Ana OP. Ana OP having taken catwalk, they're gonna push it into it.
Now Ana OP on an eco, they managed to get that metal door shut, but Coffin pops out from the corner, very unexpected. And this is why when you're on defense, it's great to change up your position every round, so the attackers can't expect it at all. Now RedMonk, they're in a perfect position. Euphoria does get that spike planted, and Ana OP eco round, so you know, getting the extra cash from the plant, you know, it does serve well. But it's going to be a flawless round for RedMonk as they bring it even back onto the scoreboard. 11 is to 11. Do you smell overtime, CA? Because I do. And Chand there with 24 kills, Survey with 21. And you see it's a little bit more spread out for the side of RedMonk. I think together they haven't secured as many kills, but you can see the fighting spirit from RedMonk. They have made this really tough for Ana OP, and honestly, if they take it, I don't think it would be a surprise at this point because I don't know who to expect to win.
Yeah, I don't think we can really predict which team will end up coming out on top because both of these teams so close, and I definitely smell overtime, and I'm really excited. And like, I'm basically thinking it's like I smell really good food when I'm hungry, and I just can't wait to get into it. For now, though, it's gonna be Ana OP on the attack, taking mid control, slowly but surely using that breach to perfection with the Empress to try and find that reset for Survey. He'll just get tagged out by the utility though and pushed back. Euphoria, he finds that kill onto flashback. Coffin able to take down Survey, meaning it's 4v4 on the map. The Spike still not pushing in. Destroyer holding down the site finds Kisse, and that's RedMonk with the advantage. And Ana OP kind of caught off guard, spread out completely.
Now Dante's gonna find Shand, and it seems like a momentum shift heavily in favor of RedMonk as they're looking to secure this match point. Euphoria with the AWP, not exactly a great idea here. Dante's gonna find him, and Sentinel falls. That's gonna be a Trige for Dante. And match point for RedMonk as well. Now, this next round is going to be crucial for Ana OP if they want to stay in the running, you know, go into that overtime and try to, you know, reclaim that lead. But RedMonk, they are in a favorable position now. And I'm excited to see if they have what it takes to just close this right here, right now. Or if Ana OP, they're going to cook up something interesting and serve it to us. Survey it to us.
I mean, for Ana OP, I really don't like the decision to go for the operator, especially when you're at 11 to 11, knowing that if you lose that round, you'll be put into a really tough situation the way they are now, forced to go for those mixed buys. You see the Judge coming out from Chan, Survey having to go glass cannon with no shield, a Bulldog coming out for Kisse. All this because they lost the round, but also because they went for the operator. Really doesn't end up paying out for them, and Dante now picking up Survey, meaning RedMonk on match point looking for a big advantage. Empress popped by Destroyer though. He will find Chan, then find the reset. Destroyer looking for the hold, Euphoria going for the plant. Will have to stop it, take him down, bring out the neural theft, and now with all the knowledge of where RedMonk is hiding, will go for the plant.
Kisse with such an aggressive play. Ana OP, they're pulling out the tricks now, and Shadow 99. He is going to drop that paranoia, and Flashback's gonna fall. It's all down to Shadow 99. They know where he is. They're just firing bullets, and Euphoria is gonna end that off. It is overtime between Ana OP and RedMonk.
Switching sides. Overtime.
6-6 in the first half and 6-6 in the second, meaning we get a third section of this match coming out. Both of these teams so well matched against each other, and I'm just like, yummy, yummy, yummy. Give me overtime. Let's go.
Overtime is great, isn't it? That's where, you know, you start to see the teams. Sometimes they do panic a little bit more, but you do see them kind of really just put their foot down and play to their best abilities. They're the most focused. We also have to see how far they're going to take it. I do believe, you know, what was the longest overtime we've ever had in the course of the Challengers series? I think one team made it up to 21 points.
Yeah, that was VLT versus God Squad way back in the day. And given the fact that we have VLT B team, I guess we might call this, we might just see that happening again.
History just repeated itself, and let's see what Ana OP has here on the side of defense as RedMonk. They will attempt that attack. Dante, he's gonna push right up into the mid area. Shand here looking out on a long. What exactly is RedMonk cooking up? Because we do see a little bit of a rotate going across the attacker side spawn by Ana OP. Pure discipline. They are just going to wait. And Dante looking for an opening kill. He is going to be pretty patient as well. This is very interesting here, CA. And now we see the attackers shift walking very slowly into B main. Now Euphoria seems like Ana OP is smelling a little bit of something because A-Long is clear. Shand and Survey, they have that information. So Ana OP, they're expecting this push here onto B main. Now Sentinel, he's gonna whip out all the abilities, but he's gotta be quick. The Boomba finds him, and Sentinel's gonna go for the spray, but it doesn't pick up anybody. RedMonk now with a quick attack. Remember, it's all about the post-plant positions, or does that even matter? As Ana OP, they only have one member left. RedMonk with such a quick attack, completely catching Ana OP off guard. They might just take this first round here on the side of overtime. Survey picking up Shadow 99. He's gonna heal out of his soul. Survey with the second kill as he makes Dante pay for closing that metal door. Survey, one more layer. He's gonna dash that out and make himself known. The last two attackers, they are in the boathouse. And this is where it's gonna get tricky. Survey, is he gonna be fancy? Will he pull it off? It's flashback. Smacks a bullet right in his head. And RedMonk, they secure round number 13.
Switching sides. Match point.
Idea of having a Sova on the Dante on that lurk position is something that honestly we've never got to see before. The Sova usually with the team to use the recon bolt to set up the plays, but Dante, he likes to play that lurking position. He likes to find those sneaky pushes into these pockets and find the control of those pockets, allowing his team to relieve the pressure on the other side and then come into the pocket that he's created for them to then get into the other side. Dante playing this Sova really well. I think he is aptly named, having this dauntless, like no fear in his name to play that lurker playstyle, secure that round for RedMonk. Now, RedMonk, they're going to be going onto the defensive side, and this really should be the side where they thrive. But at the same time, Sentinel on that breach, he gets to dictate exactly where Ana OP goes in that round. Ana OP fighting for their lives in the tournament. RedMonk with match point will see what they can get done. The small technical pause though gives us a second to really appreciate all the members because they played phenomenally today.
Yeah, if you're looking at on the side of RedMonk, everyone's pretty even. You know, they're doing the best that they can. A lot of teamwork coming out for the side of RedMonk, and it's great to see. And as for Ana OP, Chand and Survey doing the best that they can. Kisei and Euphoria as well. I do feel that everyone on this on the side of Ana OP, they're doing, you know, their designated jobs. And Shand and Survey, it's almost like, you know, if they go into rash at the start of a round and lose their life, that usually spells for trouble coming out for the side of Ana OP. So Shand and Survey are pretty much, you know, the two strong components of Ana OP. They've got to stick around. They've got to do a lot for their team. And ultimately, you know, we got to see a little bit of creativity here for Ana OP on the side of attack. And as for defense, RedMonk, they pulled off a great last round. They were very coordinated. Let's see how they are going to do it. And if it will be the same on the side of defense here in overtime.
Yeah, I think for RedMonk, it's as you said right there, key factor, the key edge in this matchup has been their coordination and just them being patient as hell. But for Ana OP, their edge is trying to keep Chand and Survey alive. The more times we see Chand and Survey being alive towards the end of the round, that's when they're able to use their power together to push into a particular site and then take control, using that Reyna and Raze in a double fashion to allow the flash to come out from the Reyna and the aggressive push to come out for the Raze. I think we're going to see it in action once again here as they're looking to make a lot of noise towards A, but this is likely a fake coming out just to see if they can get some picks, bait out all that Killjoy utility, and having done so, that fake working perfectly, getting all of RedMonk towards that A side, now going for the rotate onto B, but Shadow, he knows something is up, he's going for that B. Will get pulled back to A though because Chand and Survey, they're just causing havoc on this A, allowing the rest of their team to go get into B.
Now this is Destroyer SJ. Still a 5v5 situation. Ana OP, they are spread out, looking for an opportunity. They might want to go for a pickoff, but Sentinel there, he has the spike and he's pretty much alone. If he gets picked off in B main, that spells for a lot of trouble for Ana OP. Now Survey is just gonna linger for a bit more, and he's confident in picking up these kills. But Survey, he's leaving himself exposed. Does get a little bit of health and armor taken away from him. But
30 seconds left.
Ana OP, that was the distraction they needed to do, because we see that RedMonk has kind of gone for the rotate, but Ana OP, they're bamboozling them and going for the B site plant instead.
Spike
Now,
planted.
post-plant positions, I'm always going to keep reiterating that. And Ana OP, they need this round. They needed to stay in overtime to continue fighting for their opportunity to progress into the round of 32. Now, the spike has been planted. We do see Survey. He picks off Coffin. Very nicely done in the mid area. Shan's gonna fall as Destroyer SJ steps up. It's still a 4v4. And Survey is circling around. He's gonna pick up Flashback, another 1-for-1 trade. It could be anybody's game. Now Sentinel, he gets hit with the paranoia. Survey's gotta pick up the pace. Destroyer is gonna fall together with Dante, but Shadow finds Kisei and Sentinel. wraps that up. Nicely done by Ana OP, and it's back to even
Switching sides.
Stevens on the scoreline.
For a second in the middle of that round, I honestly thought that I maybe Ana OP had left it too long, because you saw all of RedMonk going back to their original positions, expecting that push. But Ana OP playing the game of patience, able to win it out, able to force RedMonk into this panicky situation where they're like, are they coming here? Are they going there? Making those unnecessary rotations happen and get that side control. Survey playing that mid position, able to make sure that the rotations denied for Anna OP, knowing, therefore giving the information that, hey, Survey is like, hey, they're not coming from mid, that leaves only one possible way for them to come, and that's CT angle. Anna OP holding it down with that information, securing this even scoreline. 13-13 on the scoreboard. Both the teams reset back into overtime. Now RedMonk, they're gonna move on to the attacking side now, and this time going for a very different approach. A catwalk push coming out, a Destroyer takes control of the mid cubby. I think using that catwalk position to funnel in onto A, it looks like it's gonna be A execute from RedMonk.
Now, there's a Shan here. Flashback. Moving into courtyard. Dante pushing very aggressively up mid. Ana OP extremely defensive. You can see they're pulling themselves all the way back, even to defender side spawn. Dante's quick to find Survey.
Deploying drone.
And it seems like RedMonk on the side of attack, they've got it figured out. They're going for the mid-control. Sentinel picks up a crucial double kill, just putting Ana OP in a much better spot. And now Shadow squatting, thinking, what am I going to do here? Along with my buddy, 2v4 situation. Shadow's gonna watch his back, and Flashback
Last
takes out
player
Kisse.
standing.
That's one down, but 3 more to go for the side of RedMonk, and Sentinel's gonna take out Flashback. Shadow finds another kill. Does he have to do all the work here? Not quite, as Chand makes it come to an end. Ana OP, they have the
Switching
1-round
sides.
lead over RedMonk now.
Match
And it's
point.
back to us going into a round, which is life or death for one particular team.
Yeah, Anna OP picking up that round, coming for them, like, if they're able to just sort of, the way they're able to just sort of predict that the fact that, hey, RedMonk likely to take control of one side, then go for the rotation. Sentinel and Kisse OP playing extremely defensively in that side, electing to wait in boathouse, securing that side, denying that side from RedMonk. Sentinel picking up that 3k to then secure the round for Anna OP, meaning now it's Anna OP with the match point, going into their attacking side, looking to push through. Anna OP looks like they're just gonna go ham onto this A side, looking for the fast execute, but Sean is gonna get tagged really low because of the nanoswarms, and Coffin holding it down from heaven will take down Kisse and drop the spike carrier. Anna OP, they've taken control of site A, but RedMonk making the smart decision to back up, taking the man advantage they've got to allow themselves to play on that 5v4 retake.
Now, Ana OP, they've got to play this very careful, because RedMonk might just be able to buy themselves a little bit more time. And Euphoria, he's going to get caught, as well as Shan. And Ana OP down to only 2 members. Now, 2v5 plus, that's going to be tough. This dark cover is causing a lot of problems. And the last 2 members of Ana OP, they are going to fall. And it's even Stevens once again. Both these teams, I think, you know, if it was left to them with unlimited amount of energy, where stamina is not even in question, they would just keep going at it. To the point the game would never end.
Yeah, both of these teams refusing to give up their life in the tournament and fighting really strong for it. It's something I can definitely appreciate, especially the decision by RedMonk in this round. They make the call, having seen Coffin get a lot of damage onto Chan, and having seen him pick up the kill. They're like, guys, we have the man advantage. Let them take side control and let them go for the plant. We'll wait for our teammates to come back from the other sides, and then as a 5-man squad go for the retake. And when they go for the retake, they execute it perfectly, picking up that flawless round and now making it 14-14 on the map. Now RedMonk on the attack, going for that casual catwalk push. Don't check that corner, end up just getting caught out. Chand with that off-angle positioning, able to pick up that first blood for his team and put Ana OP at this man advantage. RedMonk now reevaluating their position. They're just gonna back up, now go towards that A-long A main side and try to make the push happen there.
Now RedMonk losing a member, Ana OP. They're taking it slow. And I do feel that both these teams have a pretty similar playstyle. Only when it comes to attack, Ana OP is just a lot more aggressive, and RedMonk, they kind of take their time. But when it comes to defense, I feel like both these teams, they have a similar approach there on the side of defense. So it's pretty cool to see. Survey here, gonna find the
30
kill onto
seconds
Destroyer SJ, and now RedMonk, they are in trouble. Chand looking for the rotate. And this is going to be RedMonk making themselves a little bit known. But the dark cover does come out from Kissei, and it is going to stop a push. Now 15 seconds left on the clock. It does feel like RedMonk might just give this round away for free. One-for-one trade.
Standing.
Survey stopping them on the side of defense. And he sprays. Shadow's going to take him out, and Chand finds the knife onto Shadow in perfect time. I did not expect that at all.
Match
Yeah,
point.
Chand literally exploding into the face of Shadow to just find that stab onto him and secure the round for his team. RedMonk, they leave it to a little too long towards the end. A little too much patience coming out from RedMonk, meaning that the timer just ends up running out. And now Ana OP will be able to pick up that round, secure match point, go into the next round. For me, like, I think RedMonk, I think that what I really like about them is their patience, but what I don't like and what I see a lot more in Ana OP is decisiveness. Ana OP very much willing to make a certain play based on a call as compared to RedMonk, and I feel like that decisiveness might just end up panning out in favor of Ana OP. We'll have to see though, because now it's Ana OP with their second match point of this overtime, looking to push in. This time a completely spread out strategy, realizing that their aggressive pushes really don't work, this time looking for picks for themselves.
Now this could be life or death for RedMonk. They need this desperately. And Ana OP, they are gonna leave the spike in a relatively safe spot, and Sentinel's gonna take first blood here. He wants to win. Kissei is gonna find Shadow, and it does look really bleak for RedMonk as they have only 3 members standing. What will they ever do in this scenario? Ana OP, they're going for the B-side plant survey. He's gonna find Destroyer, flashback, and Coffin, last 2 players standing. Coffin's gonna take out Survey,
Spike planted.
and the spike has been planted. 2v4 situation. It doesn't look too bright for RedMonk. Flashback does get hit by the fault line. A good bit of anticipation from Sentinel. But we do see everyone on the B side. So they are choked up. They could potentially spray together at the defenders going for the retake, but let's see how they're gonna play this out. Chan's gonna find one, and so does Kissei.
Attackers
16 to 14. Ana OP, they wrap that up, and they will be the ones making it over to the round of 32.
Ana OP dragging, I mean, the way they're able to sort of maintain their composure throughout that match, maintain the mental fortitude, it really does feel like some discipline has been passed on from them, from their main team. Ana OP now able to pick up that 16 to 14 win. Really well done by them, especially Chand and Survey, for playing their role to perfection. Props to be given to RedMonk though, because that was the closest match that we've seen so far in Series 5, and they fought their hearts out, gave their very best, and I'm excited to see more of this team going forward in our community.
Oh, for sure. I thought that both teams played so well. And, you know, if I could give a message out to RedMonk, I would say don't give up, because they showed a lot of determination, they showed a lot of strength, and they stuck through to it. Unfortunately, Ana OP, they were just a little bit more consistent, but hey, it happens. You win some, you lose some. Let's head over into Relive the Moment, brought to you by Ideapad Gaming and AMD. Oh, sorry, Relive the Moment brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 notebook, that one, because it's powered by 4000 series Ryzen processors. That means it's perfect for gaming and multitasking. Then we're going to head over and talking about both these teams. Back on the topic of RedMonk, yes, they showed a lot of determination. We saw them looking at strategy. And another thing that I've noticed as the Challenger series progress, now that we're in Series 5, teams are carrying out a lot more strategy, and RedMonk, they had their own way of doing things. So it was very refreshing to see that, you know, they took this very seriously. They sat down and they ultimately had a plan. So, you know, I would love to see RedMonk again in the near future. I hope they continue competing. And as for Ana OP, Survey and Chand, two extremely great duelists, two names that we're definitely going to remember. They're probably going to be in the highlight reels as well. But overall, Ana OP, you did mention that they were very similar to Velocity Gaming, you know, when it comes to discipline, and they have that basic, you know, their foundations, their strategy there. It was great to watch. And Sentinel playing, I enjoyed it very much on their Breach. Just saying it, you know, personally from being a Breach main. What are your thoughts after that match, CA?
I definitely agree. I think you can see the fact that it sort of just trickled down, like the basic understanding of how you want to approach certain aspects of the game, the basic understanding of how you want to maintain your composure while playing such a long competitive matchup. You can see that instilled in Ana OP from their main team coming out, and that I think really did end up being the difference, because they have, even though they together as this particular team don't have the experience, they have the experience of having one of their own teams play out this way, and they know exactly how to approach a match in the last dregs where your stamina is running out, where you're physically tired and you're just trying to pull out your best. I feel like Ana OP able to find that small edge. And on that same note, right, you have to give it to RedMonk. We haven't seen this particular team at all before. The fact that they come into Series 5, make it all the way to the round of 64, and give us one of the most entertaining matches that we've seen so far in Series 5. As you said, they have the dedication and like they have what it takes to get to the very top. So I'm hoping they just continue on their path and find that success going forward. I thought it was a really exciting match and a perfect way to end our day, because moving forward, I'm just excited to see more of Series 5.
All right, a little bit of a tech difficulty there. Sorry, guys. But once again, congratulations to Ana OP for making it over to the round of 32. Now, this brings us to the end of the stream, and we have seen Ana OP, GodLike Esports, and XTZ Esports make it over to the round of 32. So do stick around. Remember to like and subscribe so that you get notifications whenever we are live. You got to click that bell icon, and we will be back tomorrow with more games for you guys. This was the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 5, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD, and we have AFK Gaming as our media partner. My name is Apollonia. I was your host and caster. Very happy to join you guys with the game today. And CA, thank you for being an amazing caster and analyst. We hope to see you guys tomorrow. So take care, good night, and happy gaming.
And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Baby, while we're Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't wanna do. Baby, while we're Stay